Oi! I'm the demon lord. So why are my female disciples after me? Tantai Lingying said, I didn't expect the third floor, which is the most dangerous, to be like this. Zinger, go to the fourth floor quickly and retrieve the item that Master wants. Sen Zinger replied, Senior sister, let's go together, as she held Tantai Lingying's hands, which left Tantai Lingying surprised. Sen Zinger added, Master will definitely be happy if the two of us complete this mission for him. Master once said that the three of us sisters will always be his most cherished treasures. Tantai Lingying responded, Sen Zinger, do you still not understand? He no longer holds any expectations for me. Quickly, go and fulfill his wish, she said, her voice breaking as tears filled her eyes, her face blushing. Tantai Lingying continued, Your senior sister only wishes that he is sincere and won't let the two of you down. Sen Xing, trying to comfort her, said, All right. Second senior sister, don't cry anymore. I will go now. Tantai Lingying then looked at Shuluo Temple's eldest disciple, Ni Zheng, and said, As for the rest of them, I will be responsible for delaying them. Ni Zheng replied, Senior sister Tantai, there's no need to worry, my martial wife has already reached an agreement with your master. We will only retrieve the loot from the third floor. The item on the top floor isn't the goal of Shuluo Temple, but rather Yingui temples. Suddenly, another group arrived. Ni Zheng continued, They are our common enemy. Tantai Lingying nodded, saying, Good, I share the same thoughts. But then she thought to herself, Where is that Xiao Chen? Why isn't he among Yingui Temple's disciples? Something's not right, but as long as we guard this path, Xiao Chen will never be able to disturb Xing'er. At the Flame Demon Tower, Sen Xing'er stood before a shrine. This is the shrine where the Black Flame Demon god is worshipped. Everyone, stay back. Don't get roasted, she warned. She glanced at the treasure chest within the shrine, surrounded by the aura of the virtue of fire. This is exactly what Master wants, she murmured, as the treasure began to emit a dark aura. Suddenly, Bai Qingling appeared and said, Who goes there, disturbing my peace? Sen Xing'er, upon seeing him, became both excited and flustered, exclaiming, Yeah, it's Master, and it's his younger self. That kind of arrogant dominance, as if all things in the world could be crushed to dust by his mighty hands. Xing'er wants to be close to him too, she thought, blushing with emotion. Bai Qingling sneered, Oh, are you here to help Bai Qingling retrieve his origins? That will never happen. I want Bai Qingling to die. Now get lost. Sen Xing'er retorted, Your master's evil heart demon. An enemy. Just as Master predicted, it's impossible to avoid battle in the Flame Demon Tower trials. She drew a jar and channeled her energy into it. Suddenly a ghost emerged from the jar. She commanded, Ghosty, bite him to death. Bai Qingling stood calmly as Ghosty charged at him. He scoffed, H&M bite all you want, do you think I don't know the capabilities of my own little disciple? Everything you possess is merely material and nourishment for me, Bai Qingling. He caught Ghosty effortlessly and taunted, Have you ever seen someone bitten to death by the bread on their plate? With that, Ghosty vanished into thin air. Meanwhile, the real Bai Qingling watched from outside, his expression darkening. He thought to himself, This is bad. It's not surprising for the area around my origins to spawn an evil heart demon. It has no effect on my core. But it's very dangerous that it knows every bit of information about my origins and can imitate me perfectly. Xing'er is facing the true essence of Bai Qingling from back in the day. If Xing'er learns about my true thoughts directly from him, her trust in me would completely collapse. Bai Qingling called out mockingly, Ha, Sen Xing'er, sure enough, I made a mistake. You aren't dealing with an evil heart demon. You're facing a happy ghost that loves to play with people's spiritual bodies, aren't you? Your ghost-controlling spiritual body is. Sen Xing'er snapped back. The master loves me so much. I've personally experienced it while lying on his bed. Your ridiculous lies have no effect on me other than to infuriate me. She suddenly unleashed a powerful move, exclaiming, Ghost control wrathful spirit devour, as her ghost bit fiercely at Bai Qingling's chest. Bai Qingling's image said in shock, "What? You damned ghost!" as he screams in pain. "You will never come to me." As Sen Singer took the divine box and raised it up, she said, "Master's divine box, I'm no longer a dumb doggy. I really did it for Master. Just stay in my hands and don't cause any more trouble." Suddenly a disciple said, "Third senior sister, your hand. Treat it quickly." Sen Singer said, no rush, it's just a small injury." Suddenly the disciple looks at her with a bad intent, and suddenly she stole the divine box and ran away. Sen Singer said, "You dare? Who are you? You're not a disciple of my Yuluo temple." And she transforms into Xiao Chen, and he said, "Obviously, it's clearly me. Bai Qingling's weakness. I finally got it." Sen Qinghe said, "Xiao Chen? The polymorph technique. Did he sneak into my group during the second floor's trial?" And she shouted, "Demon forging cauldron! Ghosty, bite him to death." Xiao Chen said, "This is perfect. I shall use your hands to open this filthy box," as he throws it to the ghost. Suddenly it opened and fell to the ground as black smoke came out of it. An image of Bai Qingling's young self appeared. Xiao Chen said, "I really didn't come here for nothing. The ugly memories that Bai Qingling is trying to hide are going to be revealed. You dare to offend me, the destined one? Death would be too light a punishment for you. I will reveal Bai Qingling's most despicable secret to the world. Incite the wrath of both humans and gods. Unite the 9 continents to condemn him, and lead him to earn the scorn of all generations." Exquisite treasure mirror. Oh, as it appeared outside, Ye Hongyi said, "The focusing gaze water mirror that displays the scene in the tower is shattered." A purple-haired elder said, "But an even bigger mirror face is appearing in the sky. Is this someone's memory fragment?" Bai Qingling was shocked and said to himself, "My memories have synchronized. I remember everything. What kind of person I am and why Junior Sister hated me. I understand everything. I have no way of stopping my memories from being exposed. I need to retreat. I can't let the people in the demonic path see my current pathetic state." Sen Xing'e said in shock, "Is that Master? I'm clearly still in the tower, but I can see the scene from the perspective of the sky. The exquisite treasure mirror is not like the cheap extreme water mirror. It's easily 1,000,000 times better. The true ugliness of Bai Qingling will galvanize the world to eradicate his demonic heart. Is this Master's memories? Mother, what happened to you?" "My son, your mother. I can't go on anymore. The road ahead you must escape on your own." "Mother, I'm not leaving. I want to leave with you. Do not cry. You possess the innate formless demonic body. Go seek refuge with a powerful demonic sect. That way they won't come after you. You must remember your father, Bai Tianlin, the head of the Zhenwu sword sect, was besieged and killed by the hypocrites from the 3 major orthodox sects. I, your mother Lin Yanran, the eldest princess of Great Zhou, was schemed against and poisoned by your uncle, ambushed in the end. And you, my son, you are the true destined ruler of the world. You must survive at all costs. Promise me that you'll live on." Outside, Han Jinyang said, "Bai family's ancestors? An innate, formless demonic body. This young man in the painting, is that the bad man?" The master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, said, "Bai Qingling ran away." "Looks like someone is intentionally trying to make a joke out of you. Oh well. If you receive the scorn of all generations, it's the punishment you deserve after all." In the memory of Bai Qingling's past, he buried his mother in the forest while snowing. His stomach grumbles as he was hungry and tired. A few moments later he picked berries in the forest and ate for a while. As he walks away, leaving the grave of her beloved mother, in a different scene at the Beast Blood Valley, a wolf suddenly jumps at Bai Qingling to attack him. Suddenly he slashed it with a swift move, cutting the wild wolf in half. As the mother wolf and child looks at Bai Qingling in fear, and it stares and said, "Woo!" Suddenly an old man said in the distance, "Little child, why are you here alone?" Bai Qingling said to the old man in the shadow, "I'm going to Wuyang City to join the demonic cultivators and fulfill my mother's wishes." It was Zi Yaoshi, and he said, "Demonic cultivator?" Then you don't need to search so far. My Xiao sect needs talent like yours. A girl hides at the back of Xiaoxi and said, Master Yaoxi, who are you talking to? And she looks at Bai Qingling silently. Bai Qingling was shocked and silently looks back at her, and he was shocked. A few moments later, Yaoxi said to Bai Qingling, Weird. Why does the blood of an innate, formless demonic body seem so ordinary? And he looks closely at Bai Qingling, pointing his knife at Bai Qingling's throat and said, I bestowed upon you the Taoist name of Qingling, along with demonic cultivation techniques, helping you to create a new life for yourself. Why can't you offer up some demonic blood for your master? Yaoxi stands up and holds Bai Qingling's head, saying, Forget it. I'll raise you for another 3 years. And he smiled with bad intentions, and said at that time we'll see your worth, and whether it still amounts to only a single dose of medicine. And he walks outside. As Bai Qingling silently stood alone in the room, he said, Ha! Great demonic cultivator. If the demonic blood in my body completely followed my will, I would have already become mere medicine dregs. Suddenly, while Sensinga was watching the memory of Bai Qingling, she cried hard and said, Wow, Master actually went through something like that. That's so pitiful. I had absolutely no idea. Tantai Lingying said, Who brought this scene to light? Was it Xiao Chen? Where is that guy hiding? Outside, Ye Hongyi said, Why do Shi Yaoxi and Mengu Taoist look so similar? What kind of relationship is there between those two? And she said to herself, This matter is closely related to my Kangming sect. I must investigate this meticulously. Ren Qianfan said to Han Jinyang, Ma madam, why are you crying? Han Jinyang shouted at him, Why do you care? Shut your mouth and get lost somewhere, as she kicks his face. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yorong, was shocked and said, Why did he hide this part of the memory? Then is the next scene going to be? As the memory plays, the girl suddenly enters the room and said, Master Yaoxi? Is Master Yaoxi here? Bai Qingling looks back at her and said, The girl smiled at Bai Qingling happily and said, Oh, it's you. Ronga smiled warmly and said, Ah, you're the new martial brother that Master Yaoxi accepted. Bai Qingling looked at her, curiosity in his gaze. And you are? Ronga laughed, pressing a small item into his hands. Take it. Don't be shy. Bai Qingling glanced down. What is this? Ronga explained. This is the beauty pearler specialty of the central region. All the disciples here have one. Hey! Bai Qingling thought to himself, except for my parents. This is the first time someone's given me a gift. Curious, he asked. May I ask your name, young miss? Father doesn't allow me to reveal my name, she said shyly. But you can call me Ron. She smiled, a slight blush colouring her cheeks. And you? What's your name? Bai Qingling, soon to be Demon Lord Qingling. Junior sister Ronga, here, take this. Ronga asked, surprised. This is the first medicinal poisonous insect I successfully refined, the blood-circulating golden cicada. In return for the beauty pearl, I'm giving it to you, Bai Qingling offered solemnly. Really? Ronga's eyes sparkled. Then I'll accept it. This is the very first medicinal poisonous insect made by the future Demon Lord Qingling. It might be valuable one day. But why didn't you give such a meaningful gift to someone more important in your life? Bai Qingling's gaze grew distant. I no longer have anyone like that, so I hope you don't mind. Ronga's expression softened. So that's how it is. My mother's life was short, and my father is also plagued with illness. I guess we share a similar fate. A determination sparked in Bai Qingling's eyes. Since that's the case, I, Bai Qingling, will one day refine a one-of-a-kind 9th grade unparalleled divine poisonous insect. When the time comes, I'll help cure your father's illness. Ronga looked at him, stunned, before bursting into laughter. Ha ha, all right then, I am highly honoured to be the first witness to this so-called unparalleled divine poisonous insect of yours. In the present time, Xiao Chen, a direct disciple of Yingui Temple, watched this memory with disdain. Are you kidding me? Where's the damning evidence? It's just kids talking about love. If nothing comes of this, how can I rely on that old man, Nan Gongfang, to keep backing me? Meanwhile, outside Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong of the Kangaming sect sat silently, observing Bai Qingling's memories. She muttered to herself, "Why am I seeing these scenes? What's the use of remembering these old matters? Could it be that the man anticipated this day and is using it to humiliate me? No, he wouldn't guard himself against me. But why are his memories so full of me? I won't believe it." Demon Lord Qingling's Dao heart wouldn't be troubled by these scenes. I'll keep watching until I see his truest, darkest side. Back in the memory, Bai Qingling stood before Master Yaoshi. "Master," he said solemnly, "I have something to ask." Master Yaoshi glanced up. "Oh, what is it?" Nearby, senior brother Qi moaned in pain. "Ack, ack." Bai Qingling's eyes narrowed, sweat beading on his forehead. "Master, are you dissecting senior brother Qi?" Master Yaoshi smirked. "What's senior brother? If he doesn't obey his master, he's nothing more than a test subject." With that, he casually sliced through Qi's neck with a butter knife. Bai Qingling's gaze turned serious, his eyes glowing red. "Master, if junior sister Ronga disobeys, would you also?" Master Yaoshi interrupted, a sly grin on his face. "You care about her a lot, huh?" "I suppose you're here to ask about her and her father, right?" "Yes," Bai Qingling said, his tone firm. 6 months from now, at the sect's grand competition. If you can claim first place on your own, I'll tell you. Until then, neither she nor her father will be harmed." Master Yaoshi licked the blood from his blade with a sick satisfaction. Bai Qingling's expression hardened. "All right, it's settled. Let's see the result in 6 months." Master Yaoshi chuckled darkly. "I'll be waiting. The stronger your demonic power becomes, the happier your master is." Just then, Menku Taoist, Master Yaoshi's younger brother, entered. "Older brother, you've finally come to the Eastern Lands, yet you're so noisy I can't even sleep," he said calmly. Master Yaoshi eyed him with amusement. "You want to kill him, don't you? You can't. Not yet. My ruthless younger brother, Menku Taoist." Half a year later, as Bai Qingling and his opponent exchanged blows, they shouted fiercely, "He! Ha!" The clash of their strikes echoed across the field. With a final powerful move, Bai Qingling sent his opponent flying. The announcer declared, "The victor, Bai Qingling." Master Yaoshi stood, his voice carrying through the crowd. Bai Qingling has outperformed all these talents and claimed the final victory. This marks his rise to the position of head senior disciple. Bai Qingling, unimpressed, simply said, and turned to leave. Master Yaoshi chuckled softly. "Hey." As Bai Qingling walked away, he noticed Ronga standing in the crowd. His eyes widened in shock. "Ronga, why are you here?" Ronga's eyes welled up with tears. She ran to him and hugged him tightly. "Senior brother Qingling, my father, has passed away." Her tears streamed down her cheeks. Bai Qingling held her gently, comforting her. "It's all right, Ronga. I'm right here." A few moments later, in Ronga's father's room, Bai Qingling examined the situation carefully. "It's the withering death poisonous insect," he said solemnly. "A poison that tortures its victim for a short few years, or as long as 20, until death." Ronga's face turned pale. "There's no way. Master Yaoshi has been treating my father all these years. How could he not notice or fail to treat it? Unless... Bai Qingling glanced at her silently before turning away. "Leave the Xiao sect as soon as possible and return to the central region." Ronga looked at him, confused. "Senior brother?" "Promise me you'll never set foot in the Eastern Lands again," he said firmly before walking away. Later, Bai Qingling confronted Master Yaoshi. Master Yaoshi greeted him with a sly smile. "Oh, you're here." Bai Qingling glared at him. "Master, don't you owe me an explanation?" "Explanation? Are you talking about that wealthy man who was poisoned with the withering death insect?" Master Yaoshi chuckled. "I didn't plant the poison, and I'm not the only one capable of cultivating such an insect. I was merely prolonging his treatment to extract more money. Who knew he'd suddenly give out like that? His family wealth is exhausted anyway. That's why I convinced the girl to formally join my inner sect. I took care of her family member and arranged her future. Once she joins, won't she be eternally grateful to me?" Bai Qingling was stunned, his mind racing. Without a word, he turned and ran. Master Yoshi's laughter echoed behind him. By Qingling, your weakness is clear. Let's see if it will help me extract the treasure hidden in your body. At the Xiao sect entrance, Bai Qingling shouted, Ronga, Master is luring you to stay. Are you really not leaving? Ronga turned back, her eyes filled with despair. Family wealth? I've already lost everything. What difference does it make whether I stay or leave? She looked at him, her voice trembling. At least you're still here, senior brother. That person is using you, Bai Qingling exclaimed. Can't you see that? Don't trust him. Don't trust anyone from the Xiao sect. Ronga's gaze softened as she asked, Then can't I even trust you, senior brother? Bai Qingling froze, his mother's words ringing in his mind. Remember, your father, Bai Tianlin, head of the Zhenwu sword sect, was besieged and killed by hypocrites from the 3 major orthodox sects. I, your mother Lin Yanran, eldest princess of the great Zhou dynasty, was poisoned and ambushed by my own royal brother, he muttered. That's right, anyone can betray you. The only one you can trust in this world is yourself. Ronga shouted, I don't believe it. She ran toward him, and in an impulsive moment kissed him on the lips. As their first kiss lingered, the world around them seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them standing together in the midst of chaos and betrayal. Outside, the old memory of Bai Qingling having his first kiss from Hua Yurong when they were little was shown to everybody. While Tantai Lingying watches, she blushed and said, Xinga, you're not allowed to look. As she covers the eyes of Sen Xinga, Han Jiniang bit her nails and said, This scoundrel. He even said it was his first kiss with me. But he actually gave it to his childhood sweetheart 800 years ago. If I can't completely conquer your body in the future, it won't count as a true victory. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, blushed in her seat and said, Humiliation. This is blatant humiliation. As she grins in anger, in the memory, Bai Qingling was shocked as he felt the soft little lips of the young master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple. Hua Yurong, suddenly Bai Qingling gently pushed her away and said, Your naivety disgusts me. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, said in confusion. Huh? Bai Qingling said, Your choices are so foolish that. And he walked away and said, I, Bai Qingling, never want to see you again in this lifetime. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, cries and said, Senior brother. In a different scene, while Bai Qingling and the others meditate, a boy said, Did you hear? Master recently took in a final female disciple. His friend said, I heard she's really cute, just like a celestial fairy. Say, do you think she'll like someone like me? His friend said, No way, you. Go look at yourself in the mirror, as Bai Qingling listened to them. The boy said, Why don't we check out our new junior sister in the next demonic plants class? His friend said, All right, let's all go together. As Bai Qingling looks at the pill in his palm. At the Xiao sect-sealed Demon Valley, Chunan said to Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, Junior sister, I'm Chunan. Do you remember me? His friend said, Junior sister Ronga, if you have any questions about demonic plants, feel free to ask us. We'll answer everything. Suddenly, Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, was shocked and said, that's. She looked closer and said, The sacred flower of Buddhism, the Udumbara flower. The boy said in confusion, Here in the sealed Demon Valley? Chunan said, Junior sister, what Udumbara flower are you talking about? His friend said, There's nothing in your hand. Chunan said, The sealed Demon Valley only produces demonic flowers. Isn't the Udumbara flower a legendary spiritual flower? Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, said, How could this be? The Udumbara flower is clearly right in my hands. Suddenly Bai Qingling said, The environment doesn't matter to the Udumbara flower, only fate does. Those fated will be able to see it. The ignorant doubts of those unfated. Laughable, so laughable. The boy said, Who's mocking me? Chunan said, Looks like it's coming from the medicine cart. The medicine cart is talking. The sealed demon valley is haunted. Bai Qingling hides inside the cart and said to himself, covering his mouth, "Tisk, I talk too much." Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuong, silently looks at the cart holding the Udumbara flower, and she smiled and said, "Hey." Later that night, Bai Qingling sat alone meditating. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuong, approached him and said, "Good evening, senior brother," as she touched Bai Qingling's shoulder, and she continues to say, "Or should I call you head senior brother instead?" Bai Qingling looks at her and said, "Have you forgotten? I told you I don't want to see you again." Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuong said, "But Ronga wanted to see senior brother, so I came. Look, I picked this Udumbara flower today. Isn't it rare? I'm giving it to you, senior brother. I think this is our connected fate. Don't stay mad at Ronga, okay?" As she smiled and blushed, Bai Qingling looks away and said, "No, I'm still mad. Mad that you didn't listen and didn't leave the Eastern lands." Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, said, If you put it that way, I'll have to settle accounts with you even though we are fellow disciples. Our gift exchanges are completely imbalanced. Senior brother, you still owe me, Bai Qingling said. "Ha, Demon Lord Qingling always repays his debts. What do you want me to do?" Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, said, Let me think. And she paused for a while and took Bai Qingling's hand and said, "I want senior brother to accompany Ronga in performing a wedding ceremony." A few moments later, in a private room, Bai Qingling and Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuarong, looks at each other silently. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuarong, said to herself, watching the memory, "Stop. Stop now." As she stares at Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuarong smiling at him. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuarong, said to herself in present, "It's a trap. It's a trap set up by him. You've already fallen into his trap," as they touched each other's hand in the memory. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuarong, said to herself, "Right now, I am going to be swept up by you, as Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuarong holds the flower. If you can't bear the consequences, someone else would have to do it and kill your innocence." As Bai Qingling throws away the flower in Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong's hands, and the petals fell and was thrown outside the window, and she said to herself, "Enough, now we're even." Bai Qingling turns away and said, "This play pretend is over. I don't owe you anything now." As Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, fell to the ground in disbelief, and she was shocked. In the present, Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, said, "Senior brother, this is the real you. There is only the path of the Demon Lord in your eyes and nothing else. Next will be you murdering senior brother Ma and killing your master in the dark stormy night. You cast a blood curse and killed all your senior brothers. This is the start of your path to become the Demon Lord. Bloodthirsty, cruel, savage, even those on the demonic path consider you a monster." As Bai Qingling walks in the forest with blood all over the ground, Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, said, What is In the forest, Bai Qingling walks alone, as thorns hit his face and made scratches as he endures the pain. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, while watching the memory, said, "What were you doing? Why were you running about in the sealed demon valley?" Bai Qingling said with determination and endurance, "I will find it." A few moments later he said again, "I will find it." And finally he saw the Udumbara flower that he threw away earlier and said, "I found it." And he picks it up and said, "You are here because of fate. I will bear the consequences myself." As he smells the Udumbara flower and looks at the full moon and made a fist of determination and raised his fist up high, and he smiled and said, "For the sake of Ronga, I will truly become Demon Lord Qingling. Xiao sect must pay the price.
As master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuan watched the memory of Bai Qingling when they were little in the present. She said, "We shall return, watching the end at this place." And she can't bear the reality, and blushed as she covered her mouth from the revelation and said, "I can't do it." Suddenly the vines burst in flames and Bai Qingling said, "Who's there?" A shady person sneaking around said, "Tisk tisk, this level of soul sense and enlightenment. You indeed possess the innate formless demonic body. Child, you're destined to become a saint. If you want to take action against Xiao sect, I am very interested in it. I came to give you a hand." Bai Qingling said, I'm not interested in making a deal with a shady person sneaking around like you." The shady person sneaking around said, "You'll be interested. Otherwise your junior sister Ronga will soon become Ziyaoshi's sacrificial item." Bai Qingling in anger shouted, "You!" The shady person sneaking around said, "Take this, child." Bai Qingling said, "This is something Ziyaoshi will never teach you in this life." The shady person sneaking around said, "This is the real poisonous insect technique for killing." Bai Qingling said, "The real poisonous insect technique for killing." As he holds the book, he then asked the suspicious figure, "Do you have a feud with Shi Yaoshi? Or do you simply enjoy letting others do your dirty work?" The suspicious figure said, "This contains highly advanced knowledge. Only if you can understand it will you be worthy of such dirty work. Moreover, this is the demonic path, where hands are often stained with blood." Bai Qingling said, "Demon Lord Qingling can do anything. You will regret this day." The figure said, "Hey, that remains to be seen, in a different scene, elsewhere." D1 blushed as he smiled in joy while looking at the sexy soft legs of Ronga and said, "Oh." His friend said, "Ooh," as he enjoys the sexy figure of Ronga while she practices her sword. Ronga said, Stop looking," as she continues to practice. And she said, "Health is important, but alcohol and lust will harm my body. I will quit drinking." Suddenly Bai Qingling arrived and said, Qingling's cold voice interrupted, "Why are you making so much noise instead of practicing your sword? I remember that you are called Chunan, is it? You shall explain." Chunan looks behind, and the young disciple stammered nervously, "Big senior brother Bai Qingling, about that. I heard that last night. Junior sister Ronga came back late for some reason. She slipped, fell, and damaged her robe. Second senior brother Marjifeng happened to see it and gave her new clothes. According to second senior brother, junior sister Ronga was so happy she threw herself into his arms on the spot. A rumor has been spreading among the disciples that junior sister Ronga has been taken." Bai Qingling seriously asked. Qingling's gaze darkened. "You believe this kind of rumor?" Chunan said. "First, of course I don't believe it. How could Ronga like Marjifeng?" But everyone was spreading the rumor happily, as if they were proud of doing so. Bai Qingling silently looks at him and walks away. Chunan said, "Eh, big senior brother?" Qingling's voice was icy. "Train well and stop being nosy." Meanwhile, Sen Shinger and Tantai Lingying watched Bai Qingling's memory, and Sen Singer said, "Ah!" as she closed her eyes, and she continues to say, I don't want to watch this." And she smothered her face at the huge chest of Tantai Lingying and said, "Master's past is so pitiful, but why are the people around him also so unfortunate? She was such a good girl, yet someone made up dirty rumors about her." Tantai Lingying holds Sen Shinger's head and said, "I told you not to watch, but you insisted on watching. And now isn't the time for this. That Ni Zheng, who teamed up with us, has already taken the secret key to activate the teleportation formation. Once we teleport out, we will hand the box that Master wanted to him." Sen Shinger became serious and said, "Zinger will deliver it personally." Tantai Lingying said, "We should prepare for any incidents." Back in the memory near a lake, Bai Qingling patiently fished as he stared at the lake. Second senior brother Ma Jifeng said, "I didn't expect chief senior brother to also enjoy fishing." Ma Jifeng said casually, "Did you know? When people go fishing, they often gain insight into many aspects of human relationships and principles."
For example, maintaining a calm mind and integrity, seizing opportunities, and the merging of different elements. And of course, knowing when to take the bait. As second senior brother Ma Jifeng raised his fishing rod and got a fish. Bai Qingling said, "Don't beat around the bush with me. What are you trying to say?" Second senior brother Ma Jifeng puts out his tongue and said, "You are too rash with girls.
You're neither gentle nor caring enough. Ronga was initially only close to you, but you've given me a chance to seize the opportunity." Bai Qingling said, "So she merely accepted the robes you gave her and wore them for half a day. That's all." Second senior brother Ma Jifeng said, "So what?" Ma Jifeng scoffed. "I have countless ways to make her slowly fall in love with me. But I'm not someone without self-awareness. Her heart clearly still belongs to you. I don't want to feud with you, so I have a suggestion." Bai Qingling with his sharp eyes said, "Speak." Second senior brother Ma Jifeng said, "We are both martial brothers. Why don't we share Ronga? The three of us can enjoy her together." Bai Qingling suddenly leaps towards second senior brother Ma Jifeng with a boulder in his hands. In a swift movement, he slams the boulder in the ugly face of second senior brother Ma Jifeng, and his snot came out immediately from the impact. A few moments later, he sleeps forever in the grass. As Bai Qingling continues to make his face smoother and thinner, Ronga suddenly arrives and saw what Bai Qingling was doing to the ugly face of second senior brother Ma Jifeng, and she said in shock, "Senior brother Bai Qingling, what are you doing?" Bai Qingling grins as his eyes glow in evil and said, "What am I doing? Ma Jifeng offended me, so I killed him." And he said to master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, "Hua Yurong, do you feel disappointed seeing me like this?" As he gets closer to her, and he said, "Do you?" and he smiled, and Bai Qingling sneered, his voice dripping with contempt. "This is the real me, the real demon lord Qingling. A naive child like you, as useless as a lump of mud, doesn't even have the right to offend me." Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, stood silently, and Bai Qingling walked past her, and she looks behind and said, "No, this isn't you, stop. I beg you." As Bai Qingling walks away. In a different scene, Bai Qingling said to Master Yaoshi, "Oh?" Bai Qingling's eyes gleamed coldly. "You're saying I can extract your demonic blood early?" Master Yaoshi said. "Your demonic body has finally matured?" Bai Qingling said, "Didn't Master want my demonic blood from the very first day? Just take it as a disciple's filial piety." Master Yaoshi holds Bai Qingling and said, "Ha ha!" The master laughed maniacally. "Good disciple, your master is truly delighted with your thoughtfulness. You can rest assured about Ronga. Her value is nothing compared to a single drop of your demonic blood." And he snapped his finger. And he said, "The blood-melting cauldron is a treasure that extracts the purest blood and energy. Don't worry, I won't exhaust all your blood. I'll still need a continuous supply of demonic blood from you in the future." Rise suddenly Bai Qingling leaped inside the blood-melting cauldron as Master Yaoshi sealed the blood-melting cauldron and said, "Begin." The blood-melting cauldron suddenly began to glow in red. Master Yaoshi said, "Quick, quick, quick, demonic blood, come out quickly, my precious cauldron." As he puts out his tongue like a lizard from joy. A few moments later the lid opened a little. Master Yaoshi inspected it and said, "Huh?" The master's expression twisted in confusion as the cauldron stopped. "Huh? The blood bag is still there. Why has the blood-melting cauldron stopped working?" Master Yaoshi suddenly jumps on top of the blood-melting cauldron and he said, "My good disciple, are you all right? Can you hear your master's words? You can't die yet, at least, not now." As he opened the blood-melting cauldron, Bai Qingling suddenly appeared in his back and said, "Now's the time," and he kicks Master Yaoshi's bottom and pushed him inside of the blood-melting cauldron. Bai Qingling said in a blank expression, "Begin!" Master Yaoshi said in shock inside of the blood-melting cauldron, "Bai Qingling, you weren't in the cauldron at all. How did you do it? You shameless little bastard, are you betraying your master?" And he felt the pain inside of the blood-melting cauldron and said,
Ah, so painful. Stop now. This damn cauldron. Bai Qingling stepped forward, a cruel smirk on his face. The phantom clone poisonous insect technique. Quite useful, wouldn't you say? As for how I learned it without you teaching me, I can't be bothered to explain. Master Yaoshi inside the blood-melting cauldron said in pain. You demon from birth, no! You're my good disciple. Please forgive your master. Bai Qingling's eyes narrowed. I ask you answer. Who poisoned Ronga's father? The master trembled. That was my younger brother, who is also my junior brother, Mengu Taoist of the Kangming sect. He coveted Ronga's family wealth. It has nothing to do with me. Bai Qingling said, Mengu Taoist. I will remember this. Bai Qingling said coldly. Start again.
Master Yaoshi felt the pain inside the blood-melting cauldron and said, Ah! The master screamed as the cauldron flared to life. My ambition, my brother's ruthlessness, and all the demonic cultivators I have seen, none of them compare to you. Bai Qingling, you are a true demon. Bai Qingling's gaze bore into him. Master, you're very strong. As long as you live, I'll always live in fear of you. But you made a mistake. A very simple mistake. You shouldn't have gone after Ronga. To covet her is to unleash my evil. He continued, his voice venomous. I promise to use Master's nascent soul realm blood essence to refine the most perfect 9th grade demonic poisonous insect. As for the disciples of the Jiao sect, they won't have to wait long. If I don't send them to accompany you, Ronga will never live in peace. Outside, Bai Qingling's memory still plays for the people to see as master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, silently walks away, and tears pour down her soft white cheeks as the revelation of her long anger towards Bai Qingling was all false. Han Jiniang looks at master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, and said, So, she is Ronga. I should have guessed, but I can't admit defeat. I won't let you have him. As she bit her lips seductively and frustrated. At the tower, Tantai Lingying carries Sensinger as they descend from the stairs, and Tantai Lingying said, Zinga, we're out. Sensinger continues to cry, saying, Boo-hoo-hoo. Master isn't born a demon at all. Second senior sister, should a man like Master even be called a demon? Isn't this love? Tantai Lingying said. Who knows? On the demonic path, outsiders will only see the surface results. The heart of the demonic path cannot truly be understood unless you delve deep into the inner heart. Sensinger said, Delve deep into the inner heart. Supreme Nangong Fang said, Tisk. What kind of mess is this? Look at what has become of a perfectly good trial. Won't you agree, Lady Sect Master? And he looks behind and was shocked, as Yi Hongyi hides her emotions. Supreme Nangong Fang said, Lady Sect Master. Yi Hongyi thought, What is this? What exactly is this feeling? Am I jealous? As she curls up into her throne. In a different scene, Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong walks alone. She said, It's a lie. He's still lying to me. Did I get poisoned? Impossible. To think that all this is real. To think that for my sake he... Why was I so naive in the past? Why did I hate him so much? In the end, it turns out I was the one who wronged him. Now that it has come to this, how could I face him? As she holds her sword, she continues, I can only seek forgiveness from my senior brother. As she cries. Suddenly the sky lights up brightly. Master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong said, Senior brother. In the memory of Bai Qingling, junior brother Chunan said to Bai Qingling, Senior brother Bai, where is Master? I haven't seen him for days. Is he still in seclusion? Bai Qingling with a devil smirk said, Yes. Junior brother Chunan, are you feeling unwell? Do you need Master to help you? Junior brother Chunan said, Eh? Senior brother? How do you know? I've been feeling strange these past few days, and I can't find my senior and junior brothers at all, so I can only seek out Master. As his face started to rot. Bai Qingling thought, as expected, that shady old man was right, as he remembered what the shady old man said before.
All the disciples of the Xiao sect have been poisoned by Hiyaoshi with the virtually incurable soul-disappearing mad demon poison. Their fates are to end up as Yaoshi's sacrificial items and become soulless corpse puppets. Bai Qingling said, "Junior brother Chunan, live like a puppet or die with dignity. If you must choose one, which will you choose?" Junior brother Chunan holds his head and said, "Senior brother Bai, why are you asking such a serious question out of nowhere?"
"But if I have to choose, I will definitely not become a corpse puppet. I would rather die with certainty."
Bai Qingling said, I understand. Rest in peace, junior brother," as Bai Qingling's stare was deadly intent. A few moments later, all of the brothers lay down on the floor sleeping forever as Bai Qingling carries Ronga and walks away. He suddenly stopped, as the shady man appeared and said, "Look at your deathly pale face. You actually used the demonic blood and heart origin essence to remove the poison from her. Her poison is cured, but your internal organs are heavily damaged. You must quickly create the 5 innate Yimu organs to replace your original 5 organs. Your injured organs need to be nurtured in 5 locations with dense demonic energy for several years before they can return to your body. Bai Qingling, is this all worth it? Will you regret it?"
As Bai Qingling touched Ronga gently, Bai Qingling said, "With my demonic blood and origin essence, she should become stronger in the future. But this is still not enough. She will only be able to protect herself if she completely rids herself of her naivete. When you wake up, you will see the destruction of the Xiao sect, and you will witness my departure. Resent me, and live on. I will bear all the sins of the world. All I seek is but one thing," as he touched Ronga's face and kissed her gently. In a different scene at Bai Qingling's throne, he said in confusion, "Am I Bai Feng or Bai Qingling? Is this world a lie, or was my previous life as the neat Bai Feng all an illusion? I can't tell the difference. I can't tell the difference." Suddenly Sen Singer arrived and said, "Master, Zinger is back," as she carries the box. Suddenly she dropped it. She said, "Singer saw everything. Master makes my heart ache," as she smothered Bai Qingling's face with her huge, soft, fluffy chest. Sen Singer said, "That Ronga is really an idiot. She couldn't sense Master's true feelings at all. Unlike Zinger, Shinga only cares about Master. Shinga will do anything Master wants." As she sits on top of Bai Qingling's lap, Bai Qingling stared at her silently without emotions. He said, "I ordered you to be very careful when retrieving the box." "Why did you get hurt?" Sen Shinga took the box on the floor and said, "Master also said that this box contains something very important to Master. Zinger has no reason not to protect it with her body. And it's also because of Master's enemies, who are like a pack of wolves. For example, that evil thief Xiao Chen Bai Qingling said, 'Zinger, come sit here.'" Sen Shinga confused looks at Bai Qingling and said, "Eh?" Bai Qingling said, "The skin on your chest has been hurt by fire elemental power." As Sen Shinga holds her soft chest, Bai Qingling said, "Although there's acupuncture therapy, it is too slow and too painful. Your master will sacrifice himself and use the poison-sucking method like last time. This is also your reward, Sen Shinga." As Bai Qingling suddenly grabs her soft chest and she was shocked and blushed. Bai Qingling began to administer his poison-sucking method, and Sen Singer moans in pleasure, saying, "Ah, ah, 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 this kind of feeling. Zinger loves it. Zinger loves it so much." A system notification said, "The host is successful in instilling great love. Target Sen Zinger received 2,000 points. The host is successful in instilling great love. Target Sen Shinga received 2,000 points. The host is successful in instilling great love. Target Sen Shinga received 2,000 points." As multiple notifications suddenly flooded the system, a few moments later, a system notification said, "The host is successful in instilling great love. Target Sen Zinger received 80,000 points." Bai Qingling puts down Sen Singer in his bed. Suddenly, master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, shouted outside, saying, "Senior brother, are you in there?"
It's me. I'm wronger. Suddenly she was shocked and said, "Ah," as she saw Bai Qingling. She said, "Senior brother Qingling." Bai Qingling stared at her silently. He thought, "I originally thought that when this scene came we would hug, have many words, and seek each other's understanding. But seeing how she looks like her past self, I feel that the exchange of our gaze is enough." Bai Qingling said, "If your senior brother wants you to kill a person, would you do it?" Master of Kang Ming Sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong said. "Who?" Bai Qingling said, "A spy of the fake righteousness path, the eldest disciple of Yingui Temple, Xiao Chen."
Master of Kang Ming Sect's Yingui Temple. Hua Yurong's eyes suddenly glow in fury, and she said, "Your junior sister will go and retrieve his head now." In a different scene, Yingui Temple's direct disciple Xiao Chen kowtows to the ground, hitting his head on the floor. He said, "Supreme Nangong, only you can save me now. We're on the same boat. Without your support, I, Xiao Chen, wouldn't have come this far." Supreme Nangong said, "You swore that time that Bai Qingling would be ruined and even the demonic path would spurn him. Do you know what they call him now? They call him the Great Love Immortal. They are planning how to take him in as their son-in-law. They even say that if Sect Master Yi marries him, all of Kangming's sect will have glory. Get lost. The further the better." And he suddenly slams the door closed. Yingui Temple's direct disciple Xiao Chen thought, Damn it. Nangong Fang is also trash, and Master's transmission Jade Amulet isn't answering me either. What should I do now? Think, who else can save me? Suddenly Tantai Lingying said, Yingui Temple's eldest disciple, Xiao Chen, right? Yingui Temple's direct disciple Xiao Chen turns around and said, "Ah, you. Tantai Lingying said, "The law enforcement hall invites you. Come with me." At the law enforcement hall, Yingui Temple's direct disciple, Xiao Chen, kneels in the center. People gather around him. Elder Luo declares the public trial of Xiao Chen shall now begin. Ye Hongyi speaks. "Xiao Chen, you conspired with the Kunlun Taoist sect and infiltrated the demonic path in the eastern lands as a spy. How do you defend yourself?" Xiao Chen, Yingui Temple's direct disciple, thinks to himself, "I am Xiao Chen, the destined one, and you, a foolish little girl, dare to judge me." Xiao Chen pleads. This disciple, Xiao Chen, has always harbored a sincere heart toward the Kangming sect. Heaven and earth can bear witness to it. Someone must be framing me. Yang Yi addresses Elder Luo. Suddenly, Elder Luo removes his robe, revealing a muscular body. He draws out a thorn whip and says, "Looks like I must be tough on you for you to confess. Do you recognize this soul-seizing whip in my hand?" He attacks Xiao Chen, shouting, "Whip of divine retribution, lash the soul and make him confess." The whip strikes near Xiao Chen's ear. Xiao Chen screams in pain, his voice high-pitched like a little girl's. "Ah, I'm innocent. I have never betrayed the sect as a spy." Elder Luo retracts the whip. Xiao Chen continues kneeling on the ground, racked with pain. Elder Luo turns to Ye Hongyi and says, "Sect Master, my abilities are too weak. I can't make him confess." Yang Yi looks at Bai Qingling. Telepathically she says to him, "Godfather, this Xiao Chen is indeed not simple." Bai Qingling thinks to himself, so it's the mystic heart technique, just as expected. If you can't even handle this, then you're not worthy of being the protagonist. Bai Qingling looks off in the distance. Ren Qianfan says, "Temple Master Bai, you're the secret mastermind behind this public trial, right? Will anyone who offends you end up like this? Personal grudges should be settled privately, not in the name of justice. Don't bring shame upon yourself." Han Jiniang blows a flying kiss toward Bai Qingling, winking. Bai Qingling thinks to himself, is Ren Qianfan thinking that dealing with me is easier than dealing with his wife? Forget it. He's not the main character in this play. Sen Singer watches, visibly annoyed by Han Jiniang's gesture. A few moments later, Bai Qingling approaches Xiao Chen and says to Elder Luo, "Elder Luo, perhaps I should be the one to give him guidance." Xiao Chen sneers. "Bai Qingling acting so recklessly. The Kangming sect will be destroyed by you sooner or later. Your last chance for salvation is to apologize to me, Xiao Chen."
Say that you have wronged me, an innocent child of the Kangming sect, and then kowtow and apologize. Bai Qingling raises his hand, a red aura emanating from it. There is a saying in the eastern lands, Tao is 1 foot tall, but the demon is even taller. Not by much, but enough. Xiao Chen trembles, his mouth hanging open in shock. Bai Qingling declares, illusory truth-spitting poisonous insect. The insect flies into Xiao Chen's mouth.
Xiao Chen suddenly feels parched and chokes, coughing violently. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Ren Qianfan points at Bai Qingling and says, Temple Master Bai, what are you doing? Did you poison Xiao Chen in front of everyone? Xiao Chen retorts, You, so noisy, you eunuch. Ren Qianfan freezes in confusion. Ha! Xiao Chen continues, Aren't you ashamed to speak when you can't even tell the difference between poisonous insects and poison? You damn eunuch! Ren Qianfan stammers, You, what the bloody hell are you talking about? Who's the eunuch? Who's the eunuch? Shut your mouth, you bastard! He blushes in embarrassment. Xiao Chen laughs maniacally. Ha ha! My master, Yu Shuzi, has the power to know everything in the world. I know all of your dirty secrets, he laughs louder. Elder Chen Taishu, you married the saintess candidate from the 4 major orthodox sects this year. If you meet your in-laws during battle, I wonder if you can bear to fight them. Elder Ni Yong, you're secretly in contact with the Righteous Path's true martial sword sect. Your biological father is none other than the supreme elder of the true martial sword sect. Guess who he's going to support when the righteous and demonic sects finally clash? Your so-called demonic path is trash. I haven't even begun listing all your traitors. There's not a shred of demonic nature in the entire eastern lands. Everyone is part of the surrendering faction. Ha ha! Ye Hongyi sweats, turning to Bai Qingling. Godfather, quickly shut him up. If he keeps talking, my Kangming sect is going to be torn to pieces. Bai Qingling simply responds, That's right, I did it. Xiao Chen is shocked. Ye Hongyi is also stunned. Ah? Bai Qingling says, It was my idea to let those people keep in touch with the righteous path, so only your righteous path can plant spies. But my demonic path can't return the favor. Bai Qingling thinks to himself, No matter what happens, the people Xiao Chen mentioned will have no choice but to agree with my words. Seizing control of the entire Kangming sect's narrative is the true purpose of this trial. Yingui Temple's direct disciple Xiao Chen sneers. What do you mean by your idea? Bai Qingling, don't be so full of yourself. If it weren't for you, if you didn't exist, your 3 female disciples would have been my slaves on my bed. You're nothing more than a chess piece on my master's board. Everyone should have abandoned you, and your reputation should have been in shambles. Only I am fit to be the final victor. He imagines himself in bed with Senzinger, Tantai Lingying, and Fang. Suddenly, Tantai Lingying draws her sword and exclaims, Disgusting! To think I worked with this kind of person before. You deserve to die. She charges towards Xiao Chen. Bai Qingling stops her with just 2 fingers, calmly saying, Stop. Tantai Lingying hesitates. Master, Bai Qingling interrupts. Let him finish. He's still hiding something. Xiao Chen smirks. Bai Qingling, looks like you've predicted this too. The ancestral saintess of the Misty Cloud Palace. Your enemy, Mu Xinlan, who once sent you scrambling back to the blood storage in defeat, has been revived ahead of schedule from the ice coffin. Senior MU will completely wipe out all demonic cultivators on Yun continent. The 3rd holy war against the demonic path is about to begin. You gutter-dwelling vermin of the demonic path, enjoy your fleeting pleasures while you still can. Ye Hongyi looks troubled. The 3rd holy war against the demonic path. She thinks to herself, when Godfather and Mu Xinlan fought last time, Godfather was defeated and had to retreat. There's no one else in the demonic path who can match Mu Xinlan. What should I do? Bai Qingling, unfazed, addresses Xiao Chen. Why are you screaming so loudly? It makes you seem like you lack confidence. Xiao Chen glares at him. You... Bai Qingling stands up, his voice commanding everyone. I love war. I love blitzkrieg. Severing the heads of those who fake righteousness before their blades are even drawn. I love encirclement battles, watching the trapped vermin destroy themselves in their own despair.
I love wars of attrition, reveling in the sight of them trembling eternally under the overwhelming might of the demonic path. I have one question for everyone. To shatter the central lands, I shall lead the charge. Who stands with me, and who dares oppose? A silence falls over the crowd. Suddenly they erupt, shouting in unison. Follow the Godfather, expand our territory, trample the central lands, and destroy their fake righteousness. To restore the glory of the demonic path, this is the duty of our generation. Bai Qingling walks away, turning to Elder Luo. Elder Luo, announce the verdict. Elder Luo, the bald, muscular figure, grabs Xiao Chen and drags him away. The verdict: Yingui Temple's Xiao Chen is guilty of the serious crime of collaborating with the enemy and will be sentenced to death. He shall be sent to Yoyan Valley the next day to be burned with demonic fire. A few moments later, outside, Bai Qingling walks silently. Ye Hongyi calls out to him. Godfather, please wait. Bai Qingling pauses. Sect Master Ye, you want to ask why I pardoned the traitors, right? Bai Qingling continues. If I didn't do so, my position wouldn't be truly stable. I'm not getting rid of them, but controlling them, so that we can stand justified and worthy of people's trust. Yi Hongyi blushes, stammering, No, I don't have the intention of questioning you. She suddenly grabs Bai Qingling's left hand and places it between her soft, warm chest. Why don't you come to my room so you can teach me more about controlling people? Before Bai Qingling can respond, Sen Jing'er storms toward them and grabs his right arm, placing it between her own chest, pressing it near her crotch. Master is very tired. If there is anything else, Sect Master Yi can tell him tomorrow. Bai Qingling, confused, thinks to himself, why am I suddenly being pulled around? Aren't they even concerned about the upcoming war? He watches as Sen Jing'er and Ye Hongyi fight for his attention. Just then, the master of Kangming Sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, arrives and calls out seductively, Senior Brother Qingling. She hugs Bai Qingling tightly, pressing her large, soft chest against him, and says seductively, There are still many unique past events between the two of us. I need you to explain them to me, one by one. Han Jiniang, with a mature voice, interjects, Temple Master Hua, how can you act like this in front of Sect Master Yi? She too hugs Bai Qingling and joins the competition. Compared to these amateurs, Temple Master Bai prefers someone more experienced, right? Suddenly, Tantai Lingying arrives, holding a fruit basket. She blushes, looking away. Did the first come at the wrong time? Bai Qingling thinks to himself, No, please. Is this the Demon Lord's quintessential quintuplets? Even using shadow clones wouldn't be enough. As he's surrounded by his female disciples, he can only wonder how he ended up in this situation. A few moments later, Sen Jing'er blew a hot, steamy breath into Bai Qingling's ear and said, Who, Master, there are no stars tonight, so why are we going to the mountaintop? As Bai Qingling silently carried Sen Jing'er on his back, he replied, I didn't tell you to come. You're the one who wanted to tag along. Suddenly, Bai Qingling raised his hand, grabbed Sen Jing'er's thick, firm thighs and said, I'm already being very tolerant of your willfulness. She felt something wet between her thighs and exclaimed joyfully, yeah, is Master planning to punish Jing'er? She arched her back, pressing her chest forward. Bai Qingling grinned. On such a moonless, windy night, it is the perfect time for many demonic, poisonous insects to grow. Are you not afraid that I might plant one on you? Sen Jing'er's eyes gleamed mischievously. Is this the poisonous insect that Master wants to give me? Bai Qingling thought to himself, oh no, do I still have any authority or intimidation in her heart? Is it time to clean the nonsense out of her brain? Sen Jing'er suddenly changed the subject. Oh right, why did you choose to execute that evil Xiao Chen tomorrow? That guy is very devious. Is Master not afraid that something bad will happen? Bai Qingling took a step forward and smirked. That is exactly why I came here. It won't be long now, you can look forward to what's about to come. They stood together, gazing at the mountains in the dark night. Meanwhile, in a different scene. Inside Yingui Temple's prison, its direct disciple Xiao Chen slammed his cell bars and shouted, Old Demon Bai! You are vile and shameless. You deserve to die a miserable death. I, Xiao Chen, am innocent. I didn't confess.
Anyone. I demand to see the law enforcement hall elder. I want to appeal for a retrial. Suddenly a figure appeared outside his cell. Senior Brother Xiao, don't be anxious, the person said. Xiao Chen narrowed his eyes. You are... The man unlocked the cell door and stepped inside. I am New Dali, Yu Zhuzi's direct disciple and also your junior brother. I've been working undercover in the law enforcement hall as a prison officer. Master forbade me from contacting you on normal days, all for the sake of emergencies like today. New Dali quickly removed the shackles from Xiao Chen's wrists. Since your plan completely failed, let's leave together. We must return to the Central Lands, return to Master. Xiao Chen pounded his chest and said firmly, All right, follow me. A pearl emerged from his mouth, and he caught it in his hand. This is the return pearl. With just a brief incantation, it can open a teleportation portal that lasts for an instant. Staring at the glowing pearl, he gritted his teeth. You bastard demon Lord Qingling, just you wait. Once I regain my power as the Destined One, I will grind you into dust. A few moments later, at the Kunlun Taoist sect, in front of the sect master's grand hall, Xiao Chen knelt down and said, Disciple Xiao Chen greets Master. New Dali also knelt. Disciple New Dali greets Master. Xiao Chen raised his head and declared, Master, your eldest disciple has returned. Although I failed, as long as I'm still alive, I can still accomplish great things. But his master suddenly took a step back, his expression darkening. You, back off, back off, back off! Xiao Chen's smile faded. His voice wavered. Master, what's wrong? It's me, Xiao E. His master's face twisted in disgust. Xiao Chen, don't come near me. Suddenly, black veins pulsed beneath Xiao Chen's skin, spreading rapidly across his body. A deep, searing pain shot through his limbs. This is... He gasped. His body trembled as the poison invaded his bloodstream. Panic filled his voice. Master, what's happening to me? Master, save me. His master shook his head and said grimly, It's the 6th insect. The earth-shattering, evolved, demonic, poisonous heaven star insect. After a night of nourishment, it has fused with your body. Don't drag your master down with you. Without hesitation, his master thrust his palm forward, sending Xiao Chen flying like a cannonball into the sky. Xiao Chen shot above the clouds. Then suddenly he exploded like a firework. From a distance, Sen Xingye, sitting on Bai Qingling's lap, pointed at the sky and said, Master, I think there was a red shooting star over in that direction. Bai Qingling grinned. I told you moonless, windy nights are the best for nourishing demonic poisonous insects. He gazed at the night sky and muttered, Within these thousands of miles, perhaps I'm the only one who sincerely sends you off. Farewell, Xiao Chen. Together, Bai Qingling and Sen Xingye watched in silence. The next day, at the Zhenwu sword sect, sword training cliff, Bai Qingling, disguised as the eldest disciple Feng Lixu, trained alongside the other disciples. Suddenly, a loud voice rang out. Sister Lixu! A young man ran toward her. It was Lin Mo, the 3rd prince of the great Chu dynasty. Long time no see, Lixu, senior sister Feng, he said with a bright smile. I really missed you, Feng Lixu muttered to herself as an embarrassing memory surfaced in her mind. It's Lin Mo. This reminds me of that awful night when the poison activated. She recalled how that night she had told him, I told you, I'm fine. I want to rest. Please go back. But despite her words, she had continued to moan loudly in her room. The 3rd prince of the great Chu dynasty, Lin Mo, had stood outside, hesitated for a moment, then reluctantly walked away, saying, All right. Now in the present, Feng Lixu sighed. He almost saw me in that state. Fortunately, I managed to turn him away. Her gaze shifted to Lin Mo, who stood before her. He had the small frame of a 15 or 16-year-old and wasn't even taller than her. Yet he kept trying to get closer to her, making no effort to hide his intentions. With an icy expression, Feng Lixu said, If the 3rd Royal Highness is looking for someone to have a heartfelt chat with, I'm afraid you've found the wrong person. She pointed her sword at him and continued, If there is nothing important,
Please see yourself out. Lin Mo broke into a nervous sweat. He stammered.
Inside, he thought. It feels like she already knows what I want to say. Regaining his composure, he said, It's not that there's nothing important. For example, the recent movements of the various orthodox sects. Apparently, the ancestral saintess of Misty Cloud Palace, Mu Xinlan, seems to want to. Feng Lixu frowned in confusion. Mu Xinlan? Meanwhile, at the sacred ground of Misty Cloud Palace, mystical ice lake, the 9th princess of the great Chu dynasty, Lin Shangshan, rushed forward and cried, Master, just now the Kunlun Taoist sect sent word that senior brother Xiao Chen was killed by that old demon Bai. She clenched her fists. Master, please leave your seclusion, slay that demon, and avenge senior brother Xiao Chen. The ancestral saintess of Misty Cloud Palace, Mu Xinlan, gazed at her disciple with an impassive expression. Xiana, you are my only disciple. The third holy war against the demonic path is approaching. I cannot ignore the greater situation just for your dear childhood friend Xiao Chen. Lin Shangxian's expression fell, but Mu Xinlan continued, If you are truly desperate for revenge, I have only one solution. Lin Shangxian's eyes lit up with hope. This disciple is listening attentively to Master's teachings. Mu Xinlan's gaze turned serious. When I fought Bai Qingling, I accidentally caught a glimpse of his memories. There was a young woman dressed as a bride. She looked like you, small and big at the same time. Suddenly, Mu Xinlan's eyes sharpened, and she spoke with unwavering authority. Seduce him. Lin Shangxian's face turned pale. Saint, seduce him? Elsewhere in the blood storage chamber, Bai Qingling sat cross-legged, cultivating as a raging aura of flames surrounded him. He thought, after retrieving my heart origin, my recultivation has become even smoother, as expected of the innate formless demonic body. His eyes gleamed. And with the system's dream flow ecstasy bed, dual cultivation and multiple cultivation yield even greater benefits. It can even replicate the physique of the person I cultivate with into my own body. Behind him, Singer cultivated silently, her breath steady and controlled. Suddenly, Bai Qingling's eyes snapped open. His thoughts raced. Zinger's ghost-controlling spirit body and dark yin energy. They have a harmonizing effect. A subtle change coursed through his body. Dharma mirror. Achieved. His power surged. A few moments later, Singer wrapped her arms around Bai Qingling from behind, pressing her ample chest against him. With a playful tone, she whispered, Singer has already fully absorbed Master's gift. Did Xinga help Master? Bai Qingling glanced back at her and said, Don't be so excited. There will be many opportunities for us to cultivate together in the future. Xinga pouted teasingly. Singer wants to continue, but... She leaned closer, her breath tickling his ear. Just now, the main forum sent word that Sect Master Yi requires Master's presence to discuss important matters. Bai Qingling frowned. Important matters. His mind raced. At this time, the only important matter according to the original game is the Demonic Path Alliance Conference. A spy infiltrated that meeting, which led to the so-called happy ending of the original protagonist, Xiao Chen. But something didn't add up. The timing doesn't match. Why was the conference moved forward by half a year? Did I miscalculate? Or did something else happen besides Xiao Chen's death? Suddenly, Bai Qingling stopped in his tracks. Wait, where is this place? A seductive woman in purple robes appeared before him and bowed. Temple Master Bai, Sect Master Yi is waiting for you at the He Huan Pool. Please, follow me. Beads of sweat formed on Bai Qingling's forehead. Isn't this the Sect Master's hot spring pool? Why? The seductive woman's expression turned awkward. Anyway, please enjoy. Without another word, she scurried away. In the distance, Ye Hongyi gracefully stepped into the hot spring, her delicate foot touching the steaming water first. The soft fabric of her silk robe slid off her shoulders. Just then, she sensed someone standing behind her.
Eyes wide, she gasped, "Ah, God, Godfather." Yehongyi said, "Godfather, what do you think of me today? Do you see anything different?" As she was wet and in her sexy lingerie, Bai Qingling looks at her silently from head to toes as he said, "Lady Sect Master just finished cultivating and is using the exclusive hot spring to rejuvenate, right?" "I don't see anything diff." And noticed our core and thigh gap and said, Suddenly Bai Qingling pressed her and she moans in pleasure. She said, "Ah," and she felt hot in her core and said, "Go, Godfather, you can't," as she blushes in pleasure.
Bai Qingling continues to massage her tiny waist and core as he said, "There are rumors that the ancestors of the Yi family were originally from the icy fields and couldn't fully adapt to the humid and hot spiritual energy of the inner continent. Every time someone from the Yi family breaks through a realm, the body will always produce a turbulent flow of true energy, which can damage it." 10 minutes later of massage, Bai Qingling shouted, "Extinguish!" as a surge of energy came out of Yi Hongyi, and she was shocked and relieved. Ye Hongyi said, "The turbulent true energy vanished. This kind of stubborn disease is actually treatable." Bai Qingling grabs her shoulder and said, "Lady Sect Master, yes, but this isn't a complete solution." And he carries her and said, "No need for further words, Lady Sect Master. Come and try out the effects of the Dream Flow Ecstasy Bed." A few moments later in the Dream Flow Ecstasy Bed, Yehongyi hugs Bai Qingling tightly as she blushes and feels the warmth of Bai Qingling's body. As she drools and feels pleasure, a system notification said, "Congratulations to the host for successfully infusing great love." A system notification said, "Points obtained, 5,000. Current points, 85,000. Bai Qingling said, "Sect Master Yi broke through today and specifically asked me to come and discuss important matters. If I guessed correctly, this is related to the Demonic Path Alliance Conference." Ye Hongyi said, Rumors have begun to spread around the world that Mu Xinlan is about to emerge, and that the third holy war between righteous and demonic paths is about to start. The Demon Emperor has sent an envoy to unite the 8 great demon sects in a joint resistance. Bai Qingling said, "You first contacted the supreme elders of the Yi family, and your useless Uncle Ren Qianfan before coming to find me, am I right? You were unwilling to discuss with me first. Does this mean that you do not trust me at all?" "No," Ye Hongyi said. "It's because..." Bai Qingling said, "I'll be straight with you, Ye Hongyi. There is a spy in the Demonic Path Alliance. This isn't something that you can handle. The Yi family supreme elders are powerless. Ren Qianfan is powerless, and you are powerless too." Ye Hongyi said, "Then what does Godfather suggest I do?" Bai Qingling thought, the exchange just now has once again proven the dual cultivation effects of the Dream Flow Ecstasy Bed. Perhaps this is a good chance to quickly and directly regain my strength through sheer quantity. Bai Qingling said, "Temple Master Ren is a coward, but Madame Ren possesses both the strength and ruthlessness of a demon. If Madame Ren and I work together, there is no need to worry about the Alliance Conference." Ye Hongyi said, "Uncle's wife, I've heard some rumors. You don't have other intentions, do you? Or are you just following Aunt's will?" Bai Qingling said, "Cough. The spy in the demonic path I mentioned just now is He Huan Sect's Jitai Mei. Madame Ren was once the same test candidate of He Huan Sect. There's many natural benefits to let her deal with Jitai Mei." Ye Hongyi said, "So that's the case. I apologize for my rudeness." Bai Qingling looks away and thought, "Perfect excuse. Fortunately, I managed to get away with it." Bai Qingling suddenly was shocked and said, "Someone's coming." In the distance, Tantai Lingying arrived and she said, "Ye Hongyi, Master, have you discovered me?" Bai Qingling thought in shock, this situation seems quite familiar, but the both of them didn't have a strong reaction like before. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Tantai Lingying said, "Sect Master, I have bad news to report." Bai Qingling, shocked, said, "Bad news?" Tantai Lingying said, "Yesterday, the new Hall Master of the Black Moon Hall disappeared while on his way to the Black Moon City to collect the annual tributes. He is a trustworthy person that is supported by me and the Sect Master. His disappearance is definitely not simple." Black Moon City used to be the vassal of Mengu Taoist. Now that Mengu is dead, I suspect that they are trying to revolt. Bai Qingling thought. In the original game, the Black Moon City side quest serves as the stage where the protagonist, Xiao Chen, wins over Tantai Lingyin and Ye Hongyi. The Black Moon City revolt is inevitable, but it was brought forward just like the Demonic Path Alliance. Bai Qingling smirks and said, "Just let them revolt. This is something that can be settled overnight." Ye Hongyi said, "Settled overnight?" Black Moon City is a prominent vassal in Kangming sect. Its leaders, the four great families, all have an elder at the nascent soul realm standing guard. Bai Qingling said, "What's there to be scared of? They are ropes that cannot be twisted into one. Nothing more than clay chickens and tile dogs." Black Moon City. Tang family fort. Black Moon City Murong family. Family head Murongi said, "This wine cup is forged from a human skull." Black Moon City Kunlun Clan Grand Elder Hei Long said, "Tang's seventh young master, you used the skull of a Kangming sect's hall master to make a wine cup." Black Moon City, Tang family's seventh young master, Tang Tianran said, "Hei Long, why are you interrupting the discussion between the three major families? The outsiders consider Kunlun clan to be the fourth great family in Black Moon City. Don't tell me that you believe it to be true." As the room went silent, Black Moon City, Z family head, Z Zonglin said, "Seventh young master, I wonder, where is Black Moon Hall's new hall master now?" Black Moon City, Tang family seventh young master, Tang Tianron said, "That person is your Han's old Z." Black Moon City Kunlun Clan Grand Elder Hei Long said, "You..." Black Moon City, Z family head, Z Zonglin said, The seventh young master is really skilled, to be able to kill a Kangming expert at the Golden Core realm without anyone noticing. No wonder Mr. Tang is planning to pass the family head title to you." Black Moon City, Tang family seventh young master, Tang Tianran said, "Old C must be joking. This Tang family head position was personally snatched away by me." Enough nonsense. Since the matter has progressed to this point, let me make myself clear. From this month onwards, my Tang family will no longer be paying tributes to Kangming sect. As Black Moon City Murong family, family head Murongi, Black Moon City Kunlun Clan Grand Elder Hai Long, and Black Moon City Z family head Z Zonglin were shocked. Black Moon City Murong family head Murongi said, "Although Mengu Taoist may have died, and the young sect master also has an unstable foundation, how are you going to deal with Demon Lord Qingling?" Black Moon City, Tang family's seventh young master, Tang Tianran smirked and said, After tonight, that Bai Qingling." Suddenly a peasant came in and shouted, "Report to Lord Patriarch, Kangming Main Forum just issued a condemnation notice. It says that the murder of Black Moon Hall's hallmaster has been successfully investigated, and the culprit is..." Black Moon City Kunlun Clan Grand Elder Hai Long said, "Kunlun Clan!" And he stood up and said, "Impossible. Kunlun Clan has no relationship with the new hallmaster at all. How can we be blamed for this?" Black Moon City, Tang family seventh young master, Tang Tianran said, "Ha." Black Moon City Kunlun Clan Grand Elder Hei Long said, "Tang Tianran, what are you laughing at?" Black Moon City, Tang family seventh young master, Tang Tianran said, "Grand Elder Hei Long, your Kunlun clan is finally useful. As long as we hand your clan over to Kangming sect, it would buy me enough time." Black Moon City Kunlun Clan Grand Elder Hei Long said, "Tang seventh young master, you dare? Who do you think you are? Despicable scum who relied on women to ascend. If you touch my Kunlun clan, the secret of your wife's corpse fraud will..." With a single slash, liquid splattered in the room. As Hai Long's head fell, Black Moon City, Tang family's seventh young master, Tang Tianran said, "Bring his pig head to Kangming sect's ambassador. We can't let the Hai Long elder's voluntary sacrifice be in vain." Suddenly a boy entered and said, "Ancestral Patriarch, there's urgent news," and he whispers to Shi Zonglin. Old Z thought, And he stood up and said, "Tang Tianran,
Seventh young master, Murong family head, something major happened in the Z clan, and I must immediately leave to deal with it. Let's discuss the plan for the revolt another day. Black Moon City, Tang family, seventh young master, Tang Tianran said. This old Z is already so old, yet he's still so rash at doing things.
Black Moon City Murong family. Family head Murongi said, I am very sorry, something major happened in Murong family as well. Please pardon my short stay. Black Moon City, Tang family, seventh young master, Tang Tianran stood silently alone at the table. He said, Something's wrong. Something's very wrong. Who is setting up this grand board? The new sect master Yi Hongyi. That girl doesn't have this kind of ability. Yingui Temple's veiled nun. With her style, she will definitely not begin with the most useless Kunlun clan. It can only be him. As he thinks of Bai Qingling, Black Moon City, Tang family seventh young master, Tang Tianran said, Tisk, why am I panicking? With my wife here, there's nothing to worry about. Old demon Bai, once my dead wife is resurrected tonight, your soul shall return to the river of the dead. In a different scene, outside. A lady puts a letter inside the window of the moving carriage. As Bai Qingling saw the letter, Master of Kangming Sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong took the paper and said, Senior brother Qingling, Kunlun clan's second and third elders have already been assassinated by my Yingui Temple. As for that grand elder, it went according to senior brother's expectations. He was executed in front of the three major families during their secret meeting. Bai Qingling said, I understand you did great. Master of Kangming Sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong grabs Bai Qingling's chest while she sat at Bai Qingling's lap and said, Senior brother, are you so indifferent because you find me old and faded, or is there another Sakura in your heart? Bai Qingling said, At this time of internal strife and external threats, reclaiming my 5 organs and restoring my strength is my top priority. For now, the only response I can give you is an invitation to join me on the Dreamflow ecstasy bed for dual cultivation. Master of Kangming Sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yuerong, suddenly hugs Bai Qingling, pressing her huge soft chest at him and said, Since senior brother is so frank, you should have put that bed on this carriage. That way, Ronga would be able to help senior brother right now. Bai Qingling said, Tonight's matter must be completed with haste. There's no spare time for this. We're here. And he walked outside and said, After 100 years, join your senior brother in suppressing all enemies. As Hua Yurong used her magic and raised her hand, the lantern opens. Bai Qingling said to himself, Dealing with the 4 major families in Black Moon City in one night is not as difficult as I'd imagined. Kunlun clan might be good at reproducing, but it has not had a single nascent soul expert in 1,000 years. As long as a few of their experts are dealt with, only a life of slavery would be waiting for them. The Ixi family is Black Moon City's greatest merchant. They only care about protecting their business. The Yai family's backer, Mengu Taoist, was killed by me, so they urgently needed a new backer and a promise. The 7th young master of the Tang family, I'm afraid only death would make him stop. The main target tonight is him. As for the Murong family, as Murongki and his men is in front of Bai Qingling and Hua Yurong, Murongki bows down with his men and said, Murongki greets the 2 temple masters from the higher sect. Bai Qingling said, Hey, the visiting notice I sent you does not have the seal of the main forum. How are you sure that I'm not a fake? Murongki said, During the sect master selection ceremony, this subordinate admired your majesty from afar. Lord Godfather, your letter said that you already know who killed my first wife. My wife? She suffered humiliation till her death. Her soul was even extracted, and she was denied reincarnation. To me, Murongki, nothing in this world is more important than taking revenge. Hua Yurong said, If I tell you who the killer is, will you dare to take revenge? Murongki was shocked and said, Even if the killer is the Kangming sect master, I will. Hua Yurong said, What a joke you think the Kangming sect wants your wife.
It's the seventh young master of the Tang family, Tang Tianran. Mu Rongqi was shocked and said, "What? You two? Are you trying to come up with a reason to make the Murong family and the Tang family turn against each other?"
Hua Yurong's aura rages in flames as she said, "You dare to question Temple Master Bai? Even if we lie to you, what can you do?" Suddenly, Bai Qingling raised his hand to stop Hua Yurong, and Hua Yurong was shocked as Bai Qingling said, "Ha ha, no need to scare the Murong family head. It's fine if you don't believe me, but you can't possibly not believe Madame Ling herself, right?" As Bai Qingling smiled, a few moments later at the coffin of Mu Rongqi first wife, Mu Rongqi said, "Though I do not know how Lord Godfather knew that I used an ice coffin to preserve my wife's body." As Bai Qingling holds a needle and looks at Mu Rongqi first wife's body, he suddenly punctures the forehead of Mu Rongqi first wife and he said, "Soul replenishing acupuncture," as energy suddenly surges on the needle. Suddenly she opened her eyes and said, "Ah." Mu Rongqi is shocked and said, my wife, you're awake. Tell me who killed you." She said, "Ah, Chi, it's Tang's seventh young master. That night, when you weren't there, he drunkenly barged in while I was in the bath. His beast nature was running rampant, and he wanted to use me to... After he became sober, he immediately wanted to silence me. But with treasures protecting me, he looked for Mengu Taoist for help. Mengu Taoist used soul-dispersing power on me and caused my living soul to split into pieces. After that, I don't know what happened." Mu Rongqi said, "Good, very good. I know that Tang Seventh is a brute, but I didn't expect him to go this far. In this life and the next, I, Mu Rongqi, and Tang Tianran shall become mortal enemies, and our feud will never cease until either one of us is dead." Mu Rongqi looks behind and said, "Godfather, is the main altar already aware of the four major families' plot? Striking at the Kunlun clan first, is this done intentionally to let us witness it?" Bai Qingling said, "You're quite smart." Of course, the main altar is already aware that Black Moon City's families intend to revolt. But it has nothing to do with you. At least, now it has nothing to do with you. And he kowtows to the ground, saying, "My Murong family, a generational family of weapon forgers, is willing to pledge 3,000 weapon-refining cultivators to act as the vanguard and charge into the Tang family's fort, eliminating the traitors for the Kangming sect." Bai Qingling walks away saying, "Very well, but there's no need to rush. I believe the Z family's Si Zonglin will have the same intentions as you. Even if they don't, they will." Bai Qingling said, "Lingyan, battle is inevitable on this trip." Tantai Lingyan was shocked by what she saw. Bai Qingling continued, "Look, even Sect Master Yi is cultivating with haste. Come on to my shared cultivation treasure to further consolidate your cultivation." As Yi Hongyi sat on Bai Qingling, he added, "Sect Master Yi has already tried it. There are definitely no side effects." Tantai Lingyan murmured to herself, "I know. How could I not know? Hongyi and I made the mirror flower oath. Our senses are shared." A strange sensation coursed through her body. She whispered to herself, "The things that she feels, they have already spread thoroughly to every corner of my body." An intense pleasure surged within her, like lightning ravaging her insides, an overwhelming sensation. Ye Hongyi suddenly asked, "Lingyin, are you not coming?" Tantai Lingyin remained silent, her gaze fixed on them. Ye Hongyi continued, "In that case, this sect master is going to continue. Are you planning to stand there and watch until the end?" Tantai Lingyin clicked her tongue. "Tisk." She clenched her fists and finally stepped forward, muttering, "I can't admit defeat. There's still Senior Sister Feng. There's still a chance for us to escape his demon claws." A few moments later, Ye Hongyi's eyes shone with joy as she called out, "Godfather?" Tantai Lingyin, still blushing, lowered her head. Bai Qingling approached, walking alongside Hua Yurong, the master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple. Bai Qingling said, "The Murong family's side has been settled. How's the Si family's side?" Ye Hongyi responded, "Everything went according to Godfather's expectations."
Using my title as sect master as a guarantee, I protected the Z family's original interests. Zi Zonglin swore to cut ties with the Tang family and never rebel. Tantai Lingyin remained lost in thought, still recalling what had just transpired. Bai Qingling nodded. Congratulations, Hongyi.
You're becoming more and more like a sect master.
Ye Hongyi thought to herself. Oh, right. Godfather is intentionally nurturing me and teaching me the art of balancing strength and flexibility in leadership. At the same time, he is ensuring that the power of the Kangming sect remains firmly in my hands, rather than treating me as a mere puppet. Blushing, she looked down and said, Hongyi thanks Godfather for his teachings. Bai Qingling smirked and muttered to himself, System, quickly give me points! Quickly give me points! Tantai Lingyin remained silent, her gaze lingering on Ye Hongyi. Her thoughts drifted to Feng Lixu's words. I don't know when I will return from this mission. It will be difficult for me to participate in your plans. But don't forget what Bai Qingling did to you at the immortal washing pool when you were 13 years old. Don't forget the kind of evil rune he carved on me to control me. Don't be tricked by him. Don't lose your original heart.
Don't let your senior sister battle alone. Tantai Lingyin clenched her fists, determination flashing in her eyes.
Senior sister Feng Lixu, I completely understand how you feel right now. Perhaps I know what I should do. At the coffin, Tang Tianran let out a chilling laugh. Ha. Soon. The process of turning her into a corpse puppet is already more than halfway complete. Tonight, during this yin year, yin month, and yin hour, is the best chance to break through to the deity transformation realm and become the corpse puppet queen. Even without that arrogant Menku Taoist, I, Tang Tianran, can still complete the final ritual. Suddenly, a follower barged in, breathless. Bad news. Family head, the Z family and Murong family cultivators are here, and the Kunlun clan is taking the opportunity to strike. They're killing their way into the fort. They're about to barge into the Tang family head fort, where you are now. Tang Tianran's face twisted in rage.
Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Are they not afraid of my dead wife? His eyes darkened. It's definitely that girl from Kangming sect and her pretentious bastard godfather. Gritting his teeth, he barked. There's still an incense stick's worth of time left. Delay them, even if you have to die. Once my wife returns to the world of the living, everyone in Black Moon City who is not of our family will be offered as living sacrifices. Revive, my lover. Outside, the moon turned blood red as crimson energy surged into the sky. Muronki narrowed his eyes. What is going on? A blood moon fills the sky. This is an ominous sign. But we have no other choice. Take down Tang family's 7th and atone for our crimes. Old Z hesitated. But we will die, all of us. Muronki clenched his fists. Tang's 7th's wife, Qinyua, was the former saintess of the ethereal palace. She killed herself. She foolishly loved Tang Tianran and willingly fell into demonhood, transforming into a terrifying and grotesque 7-fiend corpse demon. Only at an extremely yin moment like tonight can she be revived, gaining the cultivation of the deity transformation realm. Old Z sighed. I know the details better than you, which is why I was always cautious of Tang's 7th. But Murongchi cut him off. Enough, Old Z. A fiery aura exploded around him as his eyes blazed with fury. The humiliation of my wife is a grudge I share with Tang's 7th, one that I will never forgive. He unsheathed his blade, his killing intent surging. I will personally cut off his dog head and offer it to Godfather. At the Demon Sealing Valley, the battle between Bai Qingling and the Muxin gang. The former sacred maiden of the ethereal palace, Qin Yue, fought alongside the Grand Master of the righteous sect against the Supreme Lord of the demonic path. In a desperate bid to create an opportunity for Muxin Lan, Qin Yue launched a daring sneak attack on the Demon Lord, sacrificing herself in the process. Unfortunately, both she and the Demon Lord were struck by the 9 tribulations devouring yin flame, leaving her disfigured. After the battle, she fell into despair. Yet, in her darkest moment, she encountered her so-called true destined one. Together they played harmonious melodies, their souls resonating as one.
Hand in hand, they wandered the world. She gave her life for him. To the naive Qin Yue, perhaps this was the perfect path, the ultimate culmination of her Tao. But she never knew. The man who wept bitterly at her funeral. That very night, he was drinking and celebrating at the Chunhua brothel with the fierce tiger Taoist. As he said to his black disciples, "Brothers, charge! Avenge the elders." As his black friend said, "Seize the treasures, seize the women. Today our Kunlun clan shall rise and take what is rightfully ours." His other darker friend said, "Blood moon ghost. Ha!
We Kunlun are the descendants of the Black Dragon. We shall suppress all evil spirits."
Morongchi said, "The Kunlun clan is launching a full assault. No rush, let's observe first," as a huge object was thrown at them. A titan-like scream shouted saying, "Yua." A massive figure appeared and it said, "Husband, husband, where are you? Yua cannot live without you. Please come and see Yua." A voice echoed in response as Tang Tianren said, "Your husband is right here." As he leaped in the sky, he landed and said, "Welcome back, my lady. No matter what you become, my love for you remains unchanged. You are my pride." As he kissed Qin Yue in the cheeks, gasps of shock filled the air. As a black guy said, "Good heavens, he actually dares to kiss her." His blacker friend said, "What a ruthless man, even fiercer than us Kunlun folks." Tang Tianren said to Qin Yu, "My lady, these fools could never understand the purity of our love."
Slaughter them all, especially these Kunlun scum taking advantage of the chaos. Leave no one alive, as his eyes as sharp as a butter knife. Qin Yue suddenly raised her titan-like arms and began her rampage. In a distance, Elder Z said to Murongchi, "Did you see that, Brother Murong? That corpse demon's body alone possesses the strength of at least the nascent soul stage. We are no match for it." Murongchi said, "Elder Z, I beg you, for the sake of our past friendship, please help my Murong clan escape the city. I have no choice in this matter." As he charged towards the chaos, Tang Tianren said, "Worthless Murongchi, what did you eat today to suddenly grow a spine? My lady, tear him to shreds." Qin Yue said, "As you wish, my love." As she shoot beams of energy from her gigantic eyes, Murongchi tries to block the attack, but his defense shatters as he was thrown away, and he said to himself, "A terrifying murderous intent, at least mid-nascent soul level." Qin Yue suddenly looks at him and Murongchi said to himself, "A second strike. Too powerful, too fast. I can't even defend." And he said, "Godfather, sect master, I, Murongchi, gladly perish for Kangming." Suddenly from the sky a crimson beams towards them. As it intercepts the attack of Qin Yue mid-air, Tang Tianren shouted in shock and confusion, saying, Who dares to save the one I was about to kill?" In the sky a blood moon appeared as Bai Qingling hovers, and he said, "Perish? You owe me a favor. Until you've repaid your debt." "Who allowed you to die?" Old Z said to Murongki, Murong clan. "Leader." Murongki replied, "I'm not dead yet. But that voice is—" Bai Qingling hovered in the sky, the moon above him blood red. With an ominous voice he said, "Tang Tianren, must I really come and personally claim your life? My blood kitchen has an endless sea of people, but there's still a place reserved, just for you," Tang Tianren stammered. "Be Bai Qingling? I had long anticipated this battle, but I didn't expect it to come so soon. Fine then. Since you dare to come today, I shall take this chance to rid the world of you, you wretched, foul-smelling parasite." The master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple, Hua Yurong, sneered, "A mere Tang Chi dares to talk back. I will personally take you down." She charged forward. In a panic, Tang Tianren shouted, "Yue, hurry, hurry and kill her for your husband." Qin Yue reassured him, "Husband, do not be afraid." Hua Yurong smirked. You have some skill, but not much." Suddenly she appeared behind Tang Tianren, a needle in hand aimed at his back. In a swift motion she stabbed his eyes. Tang Tianren screamed like a terrified child.
Ah, my eyes! I'm blind! Qin Yue, enraged, swung her arm toward Hua Yurong, shouting, "Husband!" While effortlessly evading, Hua Yurong muttered, "Strange. How did this demon woman suddenly gain such a massive boost in cultivation? She's nearly at the peak of the nascent soul stage."
Qin Yue roared, "I'll kill you." Tang Tianran urged her, "My wife, kill her quickly. You can definitely do it. Easily. Our love is invincible." Bai Qingling smirked. "Tang Chi, do you dare call what you have pure love?" Turning to Hua Yuerong, he commanded, "Leave the rest to senior brother. Blood Kitchen has need of talents like them." Qin Yue swallowed hard. Gulp. "Qingling, demon lord, even our grandmaster, using all his strength, could only leave a single sword. Scar on him, what can I possibly do?" Bai Qingling chuckled. "I remember you, Qin Yue. At least you still have some self-awareness. That already makes you better than Tang Chi." Tang Tianran, still wailing in pain, cried out, "No, they've blinded me. This is intolerable. My wife, you must make them pay." Qin Yue's expression hardened. She let out a piercing scream. Then, with fury in her voice, she declared, "Bai Qingling, I possess the undying skeletal body. Your myriad Giyu techniques are useless against me. Today is the day I take my revenge." She lunged at Bai Qingling. Hua Yurong called out, "Senior brother." Without even moving an inch, Bai Qingling smirked. "Oh, that's quite unfortunate." He calmly extended his hand and caught Qin Yue's attack, holding his ground effortlessly. Qin Yue gasped in shock. "Impossible! This is absolutely impossible! Bai Qingling, how can you grasp the ghost flame torrent? How can you seize my ghostly form itself?" Bai Qingling chuckled. "Why would that be impossible? I am the spirit master of ghosts." He stepped onto the ghost flame torrent. Qin Yue's voice trembled. "You already possess the innate formless demon body. How could you also wield another innate spiritual form?" Bai Qingling, momentarily lost in thought, remembered Sen Xing'e, her delicate form, protruding from the bed. He smirked to himself. "Of course I obtained it from the disciple of a fellow cultivator, using a system item, like I'd ever tell you that." Then his voice turned cold. "The reason is simple. I am the demon god destined to reign above the myriad races and the heavens." He gripped his sword tightly. 10 Hell's Demon /6th/ With a swift motion, he activated his technique, Execution Demon. Qin Yue's eyes widened in horror. Before she could react, Bai Qingling's blade sliced through her like a hot knife through butter. Her demon body disintegrated. She collapsed to the ground. Tang Tianran desperately called out, "My lady!" With her dying breath, Qin Yue whispered, "I'm so useless. I failed to eliminate your strong enemy. I have let you down." Tang Tianran sneered. "That's right. You have let me down. Do you know how much effort I, Tang Tianran, have invested in you? I even knelt before that fierce tiger Taoist just to make you stronger. This Bai Qingling, is he really that hard to kill?" "Never mind. I have no choice but to use this molting life cicada, which I purchased at a great cost. I'll be taking my leave first." Qin Yue cried out, "Husband, what about our vow to stay together until the very end, even in the depths of the underworld?" Tang Tianran scoffed. "You actually believed that? Go die on your own." Suddenly his head was severed, cleanly sliced as if by a laser cutting through ice. He let out a high-pitched scream. "Ah, it hurts so much." Bai Qingling smirked. "Impressive skills, junior sister." Tang Tianran trembled. "No, I can't go into that blood-refining hall. I'd rather give myself a quick death." He grabbed his sword, pressed it to his own neck. But before he could act, Hua Yurong, the master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple,
lashed out with a swift kick, striking his face like a whip and disarming him. Tang Tianran shrieked, "Ah!" Bai Qingling turned to Qin Yue.
Qin Yue, it seems you at least have some self-awareness. When facing me, I'll grant you a bit of mercy. You may follow your husband to the underworld. Consider it my final kindness to you. Qin Yue stared at Bai Qingling for a long moment. Then she picked up Tang Tianran's fallen sword. She whispered, "Many thanks, Demon Lord." Raising the sword, she smiled softly. "Husband, though you were so heartless, even now I still love you. Let's be together forever and ever." With that, she swung the blade. Tang Tianran fell into eternal sleep, his soul departing for the underworld. Qin Yue dropped the sword, collapsing beside him. Bai Qingling observed the scene and murmured, "This level of purity. Now that is what I call true love." A system notification appeared. "Congratulations, host. Successfully infused with great love. Target, Tang Tianran Qin Yue. Points earned 10,000. Bai Qingling blinked. "Huh? This actually worked?" As their carriage rolled away, he mused aloud. The Tang family is wiped out. The Kunlun clan was easily dealt with. In Black Moon City, only 2 families remain, loyal to the supreme sect, the sect leader, and Lingyin will stay for 2 more days as a gesture of reassurance. Then this matter will be settled. Hua Yuerong glanced at him thoughtfully. Today, senior brother, didn't personally finish off. Tang Chi, that's a bit different from his usual approach. Bai Qingling chuckled. True love, whether it's worth much or not, it still deserves respect. Hua Yuerong was taken aback. True love? She blushed, leaning forward to subtly emphasize her ample, soft chest. Then, with a teasing smile, she asked, "Then, would senior brother believe that such a thing could exist around him?" Bai Qingling smirked. "What do you think?" Hua Yuerong lowered her gaze. "Aye, Ronger understands now," senior brother pursues. The ultimate Tao. Why would he concern himself with petty emotions? Bai Qingling gazed out of the window. Then why does he still keep that memory from the Flame Demon Tower? Hua Yuerong froze, eyes widening in shock. She turned to Bai Qingling, then, without hesitation, threw her arms around him, pressing her warm, soft chest against his body. Bai Qingling coughed. "Cough. Hey, what are you doing?" Suddenly, a cheerful voice interrupted. Sen Singer peeked inside the carriage, her face lighting up in excitement. "It's Master's carriage. Shenger humbly welcomes Master's return." Yet, despite the interruption, Hua Yuerong continued to cling to Bai Qingling. Sen Singer pressed her ample chest against Bai Qingling and said, "Master, Shinger missed you so much." Her voice trembled with excitement. "I asked around at the main sect, and only then did I find out you had gone to Black Moon City." Her eyes welled up as she pouted. "Why didn't you take Singer with you? Is it because you don't like me anymore?" A calm voice responded, firm yet gentle. "It was Hua Yuerong, the master of Kangming sect's Yingui temple." "Don't be ridiculous. Compose yourself." Bai Qingling looked seriously at Hua Yuerong and said, "Tonight's matter isn't over yet." Senzinger's eyes widened in shock as she stared at Bai Qingling's neck. She had spotted a fresh kiss mark. He froze silently. Then, suddenly, Senzinger smiled and said, "Okay, Shinger will behave." Meanwhile, 2 figures remained in Black Moon City. A voice cut through the silence. Yihongyi spoke. "Lingyin, what were you thinking during that battle this morning?" Tantai Lingyin's tone was sharp and demanding. "While the Godfather was fighting that corpse woman, you tried to charge into the battlefield." His piercing gaze locked onto her. "If I hadn't stopped you, were you planning to take a bullet, or were you hoping to use the chaos to strike the Godfather?" Yehongyi's eyes narrowed. "Oh, and you even used the shadow-stealing pearl to secretly contact your senior sister." His voice grew colder. "Are you planning to betray us?"
A heavy silence hung in the air. Suddenly, Tantai Lingyin activated her skill, entangling Ye Hongyi. He shouted, "Lingyin, what do you think you're doing? How dare you defy your superior?" His voice dropped to a dangerous whisper. "Don't think I won't kill you." Tension crackled between them. "The only reason I haven't is because of the mirror flower seal." "If I kill you now, I'll suffer the pain of death myself." Lingyin slowly exhaled and said, "In that case, let's dissolve the mirror flower seal first." She turned away. Yehongyi's eyes widened in shock and confusion. "Ha!" Tantai Lingyin looked back at him and said, "You guessed right." Her gaze hardened. "Ever since Master was injured, I've been planning to kill him." Her voice didn't waver. "If this makes you hate me, sect leader, then Lingyin can only atone with death."
Yehongyi lowered his gaze and said, "Lingyin, back when we formed this seal, we were young and foolish." A trace of regret flickered in his eyes. "We never truly learned how to break it. Are you really willing to take that risk? To end things here with me?" Tantai Lingyin's eyes burned with determination. "As long as Master lives, this path was always inevitable for me." She took a deep breath. "My mind is made up." Unsealing incantation, begin. A sudden surge of energy erupted. Yehongyi's voice rang out in alarm. "Lingyin!" As the seal shattered, he screamed, "No!" A horrified cry. "That's not how the seal is supposed to be broken. You'll be consumed by backlash." Tantai Lingyin gasped in pain. "Ugh!" Her vision blurred. A single thought echoed in her mind. In the end, this was all my own doing. A bitter smile played on her lips. "But I've dragged you into it too." A wave of exhaustion washed over her. Now it just looks like petty jealousy and hatred. Darkness crept at the edges of her vision. If it ends here, maybe that's for the best. Yehongyi broke into a cold sweat. Suddenly, a surge of magic stopped the seal from breaking apart. A voice broke through the gloom. Bai Qingling stepped forward. "Lingyin, I can accept you targeting me." His voice was calm yet firm. "But why would you defy even the sect leader?" Tantai Lingyin and Yehongyi turned to Bai Qingling in shock. Tantai Lingyin's eyes widened. "And Master?" Her heartbeat pounded in her ears. "Didn't you already leave Black Moon City?" Bai Qingling grasped her sash and said, "That was just a puppet." His voice carried an amused sharpness. "Did you really think your little schemes went unnoticed?" Tantai Lingyin trembled. Bai Qingling's gaze darkened. "Don't talk, open your mouth." He lifted her chin, his fingers grazing her lips. Her lips parted involuntarily. A strange warmth spread through her as she drooled slightly. Her body trembled as a strange sensation overtook her. Yehongyi was in shock. The mirror flower seal is restored? But something was different. No, it's become a different kind of contract mark. His voice wavered. "Godfather, how did you—" Bai Qingling withdrew his fingers, glistening with her saliva. "With the urgency of the situation, I had no choice but to personally intervene and reinforce the contract." His voice carried an unmistakable weight. "If I hadn't, one of you would have died instantly, and the other would have been left in unbearable agony." His gaze sharpened. "But this new seal—" A pause. "Even I'm not sure how to undo it now. It was originally a dual contract. Now it's a triadic one." Yehongyi helped Tantai Lingyin to stand. She murmured, her voice unsteady. "To triad?" Yehongyi swallowed hard. "Then does that mean everything the two of us feel right now, you can also feel?" Bai Qingling turned his back to them. "Lingyin, you wanted to kill me." His voice was quiet yet unwavering. "I've always known—" He suddenly turned to face her. "And I never once tried to stop you." His eyes locked onto hers. "But all I've ever wanted," a long pause, "was to protect you." His words hung heavily in the air. "Whether I've been lying or not." A slow smirk played on his lips. "You'll know for yourself through this new seal." Tantai Lingyin's breath hitched. Shocked, she touched her chest, her cheeks flushing as the truth settled in. Bound by fate, their destinies had been rewritten. Ren Qianfan said to Han Jinyang, "Madam, do you think the wronger in Bai Qingling's memories might actually be Hua Yurong from the Yin Kui Hall?" Han Jinyang said,
Last night, Bai Qingling and Hua Yurong went to Black Moon City. Rumor has it that even Hongyi was there. Ren Qianfan said, if their forces join hands, won't they be able to do whatever they please in Kangming's stream sect? Will my Asura Hall even have a foothold left?
He opened the door and said, No, I must go see the Supreme. Suddenly, Bai Qingling said, Hallmaster Ren, heading out in a hurry. Ren Qianfan said, You. Bye. Suddenly, Han Jiniang pushed Ren Qianfan out and said, Bye-bye. Well then, take care. I won't see you out. Ren Qianfan looked back at the door frustrated, and he heard Bai Qingling say, Perfect timing. I have official business with your wife. No need for irrelevant parties to be present. Heh, it's you. I hear you've been quite busy these past few days. As she put on her stockings seductively, showing Bai Qingling her soft, thick legs, she said, Have you settled all your affairs? Bai Qingling coughed and said the sect leader will handle the aftermath. I have no intention of overshadowing her. Han Jiniang said, Now then, did you come here for business or just for fun? Bai Qingling said, Madame Ren is a vengeful and formidable figure in the demonic path. Right now, I have a task that suits you perfectly. The Demonic Alliance Conference, Huangxi Sect's Jitai Mei. Han Jiniang said, Ah? So he's the target. But I've got personal grievances with him, and my dear husband is supposed to handle that for me. Bai Qingling said, Madam, you must be joking. If Hallmaster Ren truly had the courage and ability to kill Jitai Mei, then he'd have stormed in to prove his loyalty by now, rather than eavesdropping outside the door. As Ren Qianfan listened at the door, he said, Gulp. Han Jiniang said, So tell me, why didn't you just take me away from Jitai Mei back then? She walked seductively towards Bai Qingling and said, Is this how you toy with women? The way you torment me? Did you ever even consider my feelings? As she blushed, she touched her huge, soft chest. Bai Qingling said to himself, Is she mad because she heard I went to Black Moon City with Hua Yurong? No matter what I say, it won't help in this situation, will it? Suddenly, Bai Qingling grabbed her close as she was shocked. Bai Qingling said, For this Demonic Alliance Conference, you and I will be leading the delegation. Han Jiniang pressed her huge, soft chest against Bai Qingling, and Bai Qingling continued to say, Me and you. She looked away and played with her hair, saying, Really? Bai Qingling looked away and said to himself, you don't have to look at me like you'll take whatever you can get. At least pick a moment when Ren Qianfan isn't around. Or is that exactly why this is better? A few moments later, in Bai Qingling's throne room, a system notification said, Welcome to the points shop. A system notification followed. Your current great love points, 130,000. Bai Qingling said, With the points I got from Lingyin Hongyi and just now from Han Jiniang, I'm up to 130,000. If I'm aiming for the position of Demonic Alliance leader this time, I can't keep hoarding points like a miser. I need to spend big. As Bai Qingling scrolled through the system, he continued, Especially since my original body's remaining 4 organs are still in the 4 symbols extreme palace of the Huangxi sect. Jitai Mei of the Huangxi sect. His existence is no longer necessary. He then chose an item and said, Redeem the Radiant Treasure Chest. A system notification said, Redemption successful. A system notification followed, cost 100,000 points. Bai Qingling grinned. A system notification said, Remaining balance 30,000 points. A system notification said, Heavenly Harmony Scroll, top tier heaven grade secret technique. A system notification said, Shadow Thief Pearl, pseudo immortal artifact. A system notification said, Radiant Class Opportunity, unlocks the Heavenly Demon Dragon scripture ahead of schedule. A system notification said, Please select one. Bai Qingling said, A heaven grade technique. And it's this kind of technique? My next opponent is Jitai Mei. I can't even imagine what it'd look like if I used this kind of secret art against him. He was frustrated thinking of Jitai Mei. Bai Qingling said, Besides, as long as I recover my 4 missing organs and restore my complete demonic body, my innate technique will awaken on its own.
He looked at the radiant class opportunity that unlocks the heavenly demon dragon scripture ahead of schedule. Bai Qingling said, choosing this now would be a waste. I'll take the Shadow Thief Pearl, pseudo-immortal artifact. Sensinger suddenly appeared behind his throne and said, Master, what are you doing? She sat on Bai Qingling's lap and said, one moment you're talking to yourself, the next you look all gloomy. Is there anything Zheng can do to help you? Bai Qingling said, it's nothing. It's just that this time, things are a bit different. Besides Ji Tai Mei of the Huangxi sect, there's Li Ganju of the Xieqi sect, the blissful bodhisattva of the Huaxing sect, and the soul hall leader of the Huntian sect, and also Shimen Wuhan. Liu Mengbai Bai Qingling grabbed the delicate, soft shoulders of Sensinger and said, they are the strongest forces of the other demonic sects, the ones I will have to face all at once. But Zinger, you got one thing wrong. I'm not feeling down. He smiled with his eyes full of determination, saying, I was just thinking about how all these great figures might meet their end at my hands, and my demon blood is already boiling. As Sensinger drunk said, hick. Red-robed sister, look at Ling Yin, such a lightweight. She's already drunk after just a little. Yongyi said, you brat, are you saying you can hold your liquor? Sensinger said, are you kidding? I'm super tough, super good at drinking. Yongyi said, Ling Yin, are you really drunk? Should your master's wife take you back? Tantai Lingying said. Red-robed. She suddenly stood up and shouted with her hands up, Master's wife this, master's wife that. Why do you say it so naturally? Just how many times have you fantasized about it in that head of yours? Yongyi said, what's wrong with me being the master's wife? It was an engagement arranged by the elders from the very beginning. What's it to you if Bai Qingling and I get married? Ever since the mirror flower seal became a 3-person contract, I understood it all. I understood everything. Bai Qingling supporting me to rise to power. It was all out of selfless love. Tantai Lingying grins in frustration and said, it was clearly me, whether it was being seen naked or bathing together. It was me who came first. You have no idea how deep that man's love truly is. You shallow woman. Yehongi said, is that how you talk to your sect leader's wife? That's a breach of sect discipline. As Sensinger continues to drink from the jar, Tantai Lingying in anger said, so a little rainwater, and you flood, huh? You sure you can even beat me? Sensinger said, 2 old hags, now that's a comedy show. No one understands master better than I do. As Tantai Lingying and Yehongi gets angry at Sensinger, and Sensinger said while drunk, hick. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Bai Qingling covers his mouth and said, what kind of drunken madness are those two pulling now? Do they not realize this contract link syncs sensations with me too? Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple. Hua Yurong said, what's wrong, senior brother? You look drunk. But I'm standing this close, and don't smell any alcohol. As she grabs Bai Qingling's arm and pressed it against her huge, soft chest. Bai Qingling looks up and said, it's nothing. I just suddenly realized I might have overlooked something. And he said to himself, all this time, I've treated the main story's challenges as my ultimate enemies for survival. But now, this love war might be just as formidable a test. I have to settle the rear flank before heading off to battle Ji Tai Mei at the Hehuan sect. As he saw someone at a distance standing silently, and he said, who's there? Suddenly Ren Qianfan said, am I interrupting? As she shows herself seductively. Bai Qingling was shocked and said to himself, ding fuel to the fire. Bai Qingling clears his throat and said, ahem, no, actually, your timing is perfect, as he extends his hand to Ren Qianfan. Ren Qianfan was shocked and confused as she let her hold her delicate soft hands to Bai Qingling. Bai Qingling suddenly pushed Ren Qianfan to Master of Kangming sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong, and jumps away as he said, junior sister, please entertain Madame Ren for me. I suddenly remembered there's some internal business in the Yuluo Hall I need to handle. He suddenly jumps away and said, just a small thing. Do not follow me.
As master of Kang Ming's sect's Yingui Temple, Hua Yurong and Ren Qianfan watched him leap away under the moonlight. A few moments later at the halls, Bai Qingling kicked the door and said, Bai Qingling shouted, Sen Xinger Tantai Lingying Yahong. Sect leader? As Sen Xinger, Tantai Lingying and Yahongyi lie on the floor drunk. Bai Qingling said in frustration, No respect for hierarchy, gathering to drink. What kind of example are you setting as the sect leader? Behaving like this with a great enemy looming. You deserve punishment. As he slaps the huge soft behind of Ye Hongyi, and she said in pain and seductively, Eek! While tears came out of her eyes from the pleasure, Bai Qingling said to Tantai Lingying, I told you, if you've got a problem, bring it to me. Using alcohol to stir up nonsense? What kind of stunt is that? Disrupting sect law while being a law protector, you deserve punishment. As he slaps the left and right cheek of her soft and huge behind, while she said in pain and pleasure, Sob, sob. Bai Qingling slaps the soft and huge behind of Sen Xinger and said, So you just pretend to be all proper, huh? Get some booze in you and this is your true face. No alcohol tolerance and yet you drink. Most importantly, were you about to mess with my stats? You deserve punishment. As Sen Xinger enjoys it and said, Harder, master. Bai Qingling enjoys punishing Sen Xinger, Tantai Lingying, and Ye Hongyi while slapping them one by one again under the full moon. With unruly women like you around, how is anyone supposed to manage Kangming sect's politics? Bai Qingling, feeling drunk, said, Ha, 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 ha. And he stopped and said, Did I go too far? Don't tell me I'm drunk too. As he looks at Sen Xinger, Tantai Lingying and Ye Hongyi in the ground beat up drunk, Bai Qingling said, The scheming on the demonic alliance's side is something I can handle, but the main battlefield against the righteous path, that will have to rely on them. Leveling up your strength is just as urgent. As he grabs Sen Xinger, Tantai Lingying, and Ye Hongyi and walks out. Sleepy? You still have to train, even in your dreams. I'll be drilling you thoroughly on the dream delight lust bed. The next day, Bai Qingling held a letter in his hand. To Ling Qingzun, with respect, he read aloud. He scoffed. That guy Jitaime actually sent an advance notice. He lowered the letter and muttered to himself, So Lin Qianqian has already arrived at Jitaime's place. According to the plot of the original game, after Lin Qianqian and Jitaime join forces, they cooperate with the original protagonist to eliminate all branches of the demonic path. As for now, just as I expected, Jitaime probably sent her to me as a gift, trying to use the opportunity to assassinate me. If I could show Lin Qianqian's fall from grace, in front of her master, Mu Xinlan. I wonder what kind of expression that Taoist head of the Xuan sect Mu Xinlan would have then. Suddenly Bai Qingling noticed something on his face. What's this? The sword scar Mu Xinlan left on my face. During the last great battle actually crystallized and fell off. And isn't this a trait of the mystic ice jade physique? Water mirror, activate. As expected, his reflection revealed a flawless, unblemished face. My face has returned to its perfect state after that dual cultivation session with Singer. On the dream-enrapturing bed, I gained the ghost-wielding spirit physique. Seems like this time it's the same principle. Bai Qingling glanced down at the three women sleeping soundly, Sen Qingre, Tantai Lingying, and Ye Hongyi. Ye Hongyi's mystic ice jade physique has also been copied into me. He turned to Ye Hongyi and called out, My lord sect master, now is not the time to sleep in. Ye Hongyi blinked, drooling slightly. Bai Qingling continued. With the Demonic Alliance conference about to commence, you also need to lead the frontline battles. Set a good example for all of Kangming's sect. Thank you, she mumbled. As she watched him, her cheeks flushed. He actually has this kind of side to him. What is this feeling? If the Godfather type turns out to be a good wife and loving mother, it's kind of nice. She stared at him a bit too long.
Bai Qingling smiled slightly to himself. Good. One down. He waved farewell and walked away. Then, touching Sen Singer gently, he said, Sen Singer, stop pretending to be asleep in front of me. Even though our Yuluo hall has few people, we mustn't slack on daily chores and duties. Hurry and supervise the rest of the disciples. To report and drill. Meow. Did I not fool my master? She muttered sleepily. Bai Qingling turned toward Tun Tai Ling Yin now, only. I remember there's a minor technique that lets you talk with someone half asleep, letting them reveal their true feelings unconsciously. Whisper of dreams technique. Tun Tai Ling Yin's eyes fluttered open gently. Ling Yin, are you still resenting your master? He asked softly. Ling Yin dares not. Ling Yin truly dares not, she replied. Is she really this afraid of me? No wonder she's always been so awkward. I've even forgiven your attempt to kill your master. What else is there to fear? Tun Tai Ling Yin whispered. Master, do you like Ling Yin? Past, present, and future, he said. I like Ling Yin in every way. Her eyes widened, her cheeks reddening. She sat up slowly, eyes shimmering. Then, can Ling Yin like her master back? Not in some vague, general way, but... He touched her head gently. No matter how you feel about your master, I will always accept it all. I've already said it, past, present, and future. All of it. Without warning, Tun Tai Ling Yin rushed into his arms, hugging him tightly, her soft chest pressing against him. Master! She cried. I'm sorry. Ling Yin has always loved Master the most. Thank you, Bai Qingling said softly. He turned his gaze forward and muttered to himself, Well, did you see it? My adorable first disciple. Feng Lixu watched the scene unfold, then fell to her knees in frustration. She bit her lips seductively and muttered, Ugh! Ling Yin, Jing'er, you've both already fallen too deep and can't pull yourselves out. To think you'd accept that person's so-called love. But me? Feng Lixu, the eldest senior sister who joined first. Am I now just an outsider? Meanwhile, in the Hewen sect master's main hall, the 9th princess of Great Chu, Lin Qianqian, asked, Sect Master Ji, what does Bai Qingling even look like nowadays? Don't tell me he's turned into some old, ugly, greasy mess. The Hewen sect master, Ji Taimei, snapped back. Why are you still hung up on his appearance at a time like this? You should be more worried about whether you can play your part as a fake defector properly. Fair point, Lin Qianqian admitted. I'm here to avenge Brother Xiao Chen, even if it means colluding with demonic spies and pretending to surrender. As long as I can kill Bai Qingling, no sacrifice is too great. Suddenly, a voice interrupted them. Brother Ji said in his letter that he had a gift for me, but this gift seems awfully concerned with my face. Why don't you take a look with your own eyes? Lin Qianqian gasped. Is that the demon's primordial spirit emerging from his body? So terrifying. The primordial spirit sneered. Are you afraid of me, little girl? Lin Qianqian dropped to her knees. But you are a believer in the Kangming sect's Holy Father, aren't you? This young lady isn't afraid. In fact, she's rather, do I really have to bow and scrape to this demon? Debase myself and let him do whatever he pleases, she thought. Ji Taimei interjected. Brother Bai, this is the 9th princess of Great Chu. She has long admired you and travelled across the land to serve at your side. Now that she's witnessing your divine form in person, I fear she's simply too shy to speak. Bai Qingling replied coldly. Brother Ji, who said it was your place to smooth things over here, let her speak for herself. Ji Taimei leaned toward Lin Qianqian and whispered, Lin Qianqian, what are you doing? Hey, ow! Don't let this chance slip away. If you screw it up, none of us will come out of it well. Lin Qianqian clenched her fists in frustration. That's right. I'm here for revenge. I can't chicken out now. For the soul of senior brother Xiao Chen, and to uphold the honor of my third royal brother Lin Mo. She lowered her head even more, thrusting her firm rear outward, and declared, Great Demon Lord Qianqian wishes to serve by your side for the rest of her life. Bai Qingling raised an eyebrow. Oh, and in what capacity do you wish to serve me? Lin Qianqian answered, As a slave, a servant, whatever pleases the demon lord. Qianqian is still a pure maiden. Even if you make her your furnace, she accepts will.
Whatever, she thought to herself. At this Demon Dao Alliance summit, I'll be working with Ji Taimei to set a trap and kill this monster. Bai Qingling chuckled. You? All this sweet talk is just to fool me anyway. You're not even qualified to be my furnace. For now. Start by becoming my dog. Lin Qianqian blinked. Dog. Ji Taimei cleared his throat nervously. Ahem, Brother Bai. Might I remind you that the Great Chu dynasty is the most powerful cultivation empire in the mortal world? Lin Qianqian is, after all, a princess of notable standing. Precisely because she holds such status, Bai Qingling said calmly, I'm willing to give her this opportunity. Do you think just anyone can be my dog? He turned back to her and gave the command. Listen carefully. I'll only say this once. When I click my tongue, you're to react like a dog. Tisk, tisk. Lin Qianqian dropped to all fours and whimpered. Gah, master, I'm here. Bai Qingling shook his head. No, no. In the Eastlands, dogs wag their tails and beg for food when they hear that sound. So open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and beg properly. Lin Qianqian trembled, biting her soft red lips in frustration. Then suddenly stuck out her tongue and purred seductively. Master, I want to eat too. Woof. Tisk, tisk. To endure what others cannot. Bai Qingling thought, this woman has the bearing of a future empress. Very well. Since she's a gift from Brother Ji, I'll accept this dog for now. Lin Qianqian's eyes widened in disbelief. So this is the most infamous and powerful demon in the Eastlands. Demon Lord Qingling? He actually looks so young, yet so composed. Suddenly, in her mind's eye, Xiao Chen transformed into a playful, flirtatious toy poodle. Her most respected royal brother Lin Mo turned into a clingy puppy chasing after wild women. As a thin line of drool escaped her lips, Lin Qianqian whispered to herself, only Bai Qingling has the aura of a truly attractive man. Lin Qianqian, the face con has awakened. Ji Taimei spat in disbelief. No way, seriously. Since when did Brother Bai get so good at training dogs? Bai Qingling gently cupped Lin Qianqian's soft cheeks and said, In 1 day's time, I will arrive at the Heiwan sect's main hall. Be washed and ready. This little dog will be properly attended to. As Lin Qianqian sat patiently, her thoughts raced. He told me to wash up and wait. That kind of thing. There's just no helping it, huh? As Bai Qingling's flying ship soared across the sky, it travelled even faster than before. As Bai Qingling's consciousness returned to his body, a system notification echoed in his mind. Congratulations, host. Great love infusion. Successful. Target, Lin Qianqian. Points earned, 10,000. Bai Qingling muttered to himself, The primordial spirit has returned, and the great love points have increased too. Counting the 1 against 3 harvest from the night before departure, my total points must be approaching 100,000 by now, right? Sen Singer then said, Master, we've entered the sphere of influence of the evil extreme sect in the central region of Eastern Earth, Tianwang Prefecture. Got it, Bai Qingling replied. Hair is done, as she looked back seductively at him. Master, does Xinga look pretty now? She asked, blushing softly. Bai Qingling smiled and replied, Of course, my Xinga is... Suddenly, Bai Qingling's gaze shifted outside. Sen Singer, now on all fours with a playful display, called out, Master, incoming transmission. The Demon Emperor's envoy ship is requesting we yield. That is indeed the standard protocol in Eastern Earth. Bai Qingling snorted. Yield. Isn't the high-altitude route spacious enough? Ignore it. Keep flying. He continued, From what I know, Demon Emperor Jiang Bailey will not personally attend the Alliance Summit. He's only sending a few envoys and his wife, the Lady of Shadows, Xiao Qingmei. As he held Sen Xing'er's delicate chin, Bai Qingling added, The current Demon Emperor is merely a figurehead propped up by the 8 major demon sects. He took out a brush and added, His only remaining function is to wield the Demon Emperor's name to command Eastern Earth, he finished, applying red dye to Sen Singer's soft lips. As Bai Qingling's ship surged ahead in the other ship, a servant spoke urgently. reporting to the Lady of Shadows. Not only did Bai Qingling's carriage refuse to give way, it even dared to raise its prow and accelerate past us, utterly insolent and treasonous. Lady Xiao Qingmei listened, then calmly said, "Bai Qingling, isn't that wrong as little senior brother? Last time his memories were broadcast under the celestial canopy. Everyone in Eastern Earth saw them. That is a face our demon emperor palace can afford to honor. Pass down the order, absolutely no entanglements with the Kangming sect." In another scene, a curious woman asked, "Whose man is that?" "Such boldness," her friend added. Look, what a handsome man." Bai Qingling and Sen Singer arrived in Rootless City, a vassal region of the Heiwan sect. Among the crowd, a woman exclaimed, "Where's the shadow-thieving stone? We must capture this moment." Another scoffed, "Ch, only Big Brother is the best. All other men can go disappear." A flamboyant figure chimed in, "Handsome, sir. How about coming over for a little fun?" Another added mockingly, "That girl beside you is a complete novice. How could she match our seasoned experience?" Furious, Senjinga summoned her ghost general and shouted, "Shameless fools talking nonsense. Unforgivable." The crowd panicked. She's a ghost cultivator. Run! Go summon Lord Rulai, the city master." "What good is the city master?" "Notify the lady of the city lord." Bai Qingling calmly said, "Zinger, your ghost general will automatically harvest the enemy's soul essence. Targeting this kind of filth barely improves anything and could taint the purity of your essence. Once we reach Heiwan Sect's main headquarters, there will be plenty of worthy targets." Sen Zinger pouted, "But those women are lusting after Master. They deserve death. Master's body will be protected by Xinga." Bai Qingling sighed internally. "That protection you're talking about, is that supposed to be proper?" Suddenly a voice boomed from the crowd, "Bai Qingling!" Turning, Bai Qingling narrowed his eyes. "Oh?" Ren Qianfan stormed forward. "You! Where are you hiding my wife?" Jitaime grabbed Ren Qianfan, trying to restrain him. Bai Qingling replied, "No wonder you dared call me by name, so it's you, Lord Ren. Judging by that green light on your face, you've lost track of your wife." Ren Qianfan growled, "My Asura Hull's airship could have gone straight to Heiwan Sect's main base, but along the way, my wife insisted we stop over in Rootless City for one night. The moment we entered, she vanished. I even asked Lord Rulai for help, but we found nothing, and now I find you Bai Qingling here too. There's no way this is a coincidence." "Speak. Did you trick my wife away?" Jitame whispered. "Master, you." Ren Qianfan's face distorted, his anger transforming him into a snarling beast. Bai Qingling thought, without Han Jinyang, Ren Qianfan is just a rabid dog off the leash. If he really explodes at me with peak nascent soul cultivation, I might not be able to suppress him in my current state. Turning away, Bai Qingling said coolly, "I don't have time to play games with you. Get lost. If you dare follow me one more step, Blood Chef, 1 deluxe booth, please." Ren Qianfan clenched his fists. "You—" As Bai Qingling walked away, sweat formed on his brow. He whispered to himself, "Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. It's not that I fear him, it's just the fallout would be too messy." Ren Qianfan gritted his teeth and muttered bitterly, "I really didn't dare to chase. Is this reality? Is this the real me? So it wasn't her suppression. I'm just a total failure after all. System notification. Congratulations, host. Great love infusion successful. Target Ren Qianfan. Points earned. 1. At the Rootless City, City Lord's Palace, Council Hall, Zhu Ruyi said to Zhou Rulai, "Have those craftsmen repairing the residence been punished yet? They were suspected of using shadow stones to secretly film me and my sisters. That is an unforgivable crime." The Lady of Rootless City, Zhu Ruyi. City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai said, "My lady, is that not a bit much? They were merely documenting their work. Do not stir up more trouble at a time like this." Zhu Ruyi shouted, "A bit much? Are you questioning the divine beauty of me and my sisters? Do you not realize, even Brother Ji, the sect master of the Supreme Sect, treats us with the utmost tenderness?" City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai said, "Now is not the time for this argument.
Han Jinyang and Ren Qianfan have already arrived in our rootless city. Everything is going exactly as Sect Master Ji predicted. Zhu Rui shouted in outrage. Han Jinyang? No? Are you saying that Yun Jinna really came?
City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, sweating, said back when Lady Ren was still a candidate for the Saintess of the Hewan sect, you were the one who personally trained her. Her stopping here might very well be to repay you for your past kindness. Zhou Rulai said, No, absolutely not. We must follow Brother Ji's instructions and use this chance to eliminate the two of them. In a different scene. Southern outskirts of Rootless City. Bai Qingling gazes above as the full moon shines brightly. Bai Qingling said to himself, Strange. According to the original storyline, to court Han Jinyang, the player has to enter the Peach Blossom secret realm in Rootless City. I barely managed to get Sen Xing'er out of the way for a bit. But where is Jinyang? Suddenly Bai Qingling noticed something approaching. Bai Qingling said, Who is there? Han Jinyang suddenly hugs Bai Qingling from behind, pressing her large, soft chest against him as she savors the moment under the light of the full moon. Han Jinyang said, Wicked man, were you looking for me? Bai Qingling said, Before we set off, I promised you it would be just you and me. Han Jinyang was shocked, blushing and in awe. Bai Qingling said, Jinyang, why are you crying? Han Jinyang looked away and said, You do not ask. I will not answer, Bai Qingling said. Then I will not ask. As Han Jinyang silently blushed, she then pushed Bai Qingling and said, You will not ask. Then I will say it anyway. As they fell to the ground, Han Jinyang shouted in anger. Bai Qingling, I hate you so much. As Han Jinyang pinned Bai Qingling down on the ground with her alluring body, she said, Back then, I regarded you as a divine savior, and yet you turned me away. Do you even understand what that meant? You had no idea how I felt. Why did you have to treat me like that? She bit Bai Qingling's clothes in frustration and said, If you had just taken me with you back then, even if it was to be one of those blood kitchen human puppets, I would have followed you without hesitation. Bai Qingling said, After I rejected you back then, you said you would give me a gift to change my mind. That is when you brought me here. You said that whenever you were bullied by the other candidate, Shu Ru Yi, you would come here to find solace. Han Jinyang said, This place was your precious safe haven, a sacred sanctuary of your soul that no one was allowed to intrude. Every blossom that once bloomed here was a layer of your heart's defenses. As Bai Qingling sat up, he said, Back then, I was also powerless. The best I could do was try not to become one of those defenses. Han Jinyang said, And today, as Bai Qingling came closer to Han Jinyang, they kissed. Han Jinyang was shocked as she blushed and said, You... Han Jinyang gasped for air. Bai Qingling said, This is Demon Lord Qingling's true answer to the Yun Jinna of the past. Han Jinyang blushed even more and said, As she bit her soft, delicate lips, she pounded Bai Qingling's chest in frustration and said, You rotten man, wicked man, evil man, darn man, what is the point of doing this now? As she sat on Bai Qingling's lap, Han Jinyang said, as if we could really start over again. Bai Qingling stood up and said, I say, we can... As Bai Qingling raised his hand, he formed a powerful energy and shot at one tree, then another. Peach blossoms suddenly bloomed, and the gloomy place became warm. Bai Qingling held the soft, delicate hands of Han Jinyang and said softly, A face like peach blossoms, smiling like spring's first breeze. I wonder, would Lady Ren allow this lord to pluck the blossom tonight? As Bai Qingling pulled Han Jinyang closer to him, pressing her soft, alluring body against his, in another scene, by the waterfall, Bai Qingling's senior disciple, Feng Lixu, meditates on a rock in front of a waterfall. Feng Lixu said, Your Highness, if something is the matter, just say it. Why sneak around? As Feng Lixu remained under cover, the third prince of the Great Chu Empire, Lin Mo, said,
It is just that Sister Lixu said we should keep our distance, so I— As the third prince of the Great Chu Empire, Lin Mo scratched his head. The third prince of the Great Chu Empire, Lin Mo, said, Actually, I came tonight to say goodbye to Sister Lixu. I'm heading to the Eastern Lands. Would you be willing to come with me? Feng Lixu asked the Eastern Lands. What for? The third prince of the Great Chu Empire, Lin Mo, replied. A few days ago, the Holy One summoned me. He said the mandate of heaven has begun to shift, and that fate now favors me. The third holy demon-slaying war is about to break out. My ninth sister, Lin Tianqian, has already gone ahead to the Eastern Lands to make her move.
I'm going to kill Bai Qingling. Feng Lixu was shocked and looked back at the third prince of the Great Chu Empire, Lin Mo, saying, Bai Qingling, as she recalled his face. Feng Lixu stood up and said to herself, So be it. If fate wills it, then I must fulfill a destiny-altering deed. After all, that man once said, I am the disciple who resembles him most. In another scene, in the room of Lin Tianqian, she sighed as she lay on top of a body pillow on her bed. She looked at a picture of Bai Qingling and whispered, Bai Qingling, while rubbing her body against the pillow. Lin Tianqian said, So this is what a real man looks like. I have truly lived in vain. Until now she blushed and caressed the picture of Bai Qingling. Suddenly, Ji Taimei arrived and said, Ninth Princess, your brother Ji is here to report the latest developments. Han Jiniang and Ren Qianfan have already arrived at Rootless City. Step 1 of the plan, to assassinate them, will begin shortly.
Lin Tianqian suddenly hugged the pillow tightly and said, the plan to kill the two from the Ozra Hall and frame Bai Qingling, right? Is it really foolproof? What if Bai Qingling happens to be traveling with Han Jiniang? Ji Taimei replied, Do not worry. You know Bai Qingling's personality. How would he lower himself to associate with Ren Qianfan? As I always say, no one understands Bai Qingling better than I do. Lin Tianqian asked, for the final step of the plan, Do I still need to offer myself to Bai Qingling? She blushed, thinking of Bai Qingling tickling her perfect foot, and said, Are we still going according to plan? Ji Taimei responded, According to the Holy One's original plan, we were going to use the secret Yin Eater black hole technique from the Cloud Palace to drain his demonic energy and seal his core technique. Of course, you could also just stab his, extreme yang point with the demonization blade instead. That way you do not have to lose your virginity. He licked his lips like a maniac and muttered to himself, Looks like Lin Tianqian really is a righteous maiden. She still values her chastity above all. If I help her this time once I join the righteous path, she definitely will not treat me poorly, Lin Tianqian said. But this demonization blade is not exactly easy to hide. If he gets suspicious, it will be such a hassle. In any case, if not me, then who will descend into hell? For the good of the world, I must offer myself to the demon. She drooled slightly. Ji Taimei was confused as he looked at Lin Tianqian and said, Huh? Meanwhile, elsewhere, the ever-concerned about Bai Qingling, Han Jiniang continued to kiss Bai Qingling passionately. A system notification said, Congratulations, host. Love infusion successful. Another system notification followed, gained over 100,000 points. Current total, 200,000 points. As Han Jiniang's knees trembled, she suddenly stopped and exclaimed, Bai Qingling, I want you right now. Bai Qingling replied, With my lady inviting, how dare I refuse? On a night of full blooms and bright moonlight. As Bai Qingling grabbed Han Jiniang's alluring thighs, he continued, It is the perfect time to dance together. Bai Qingling thought to himself, All I have to do now is use the dream-returning ecstasy bed, and I will be able to copy her physique. Ren Qianfan must have found the entrance to the secret realm. He could barge in at any moment. Ren Qianfan suddenly shouted, Darling, darling, are you in there? Han Jiniang looked back in shock and said Han Jiniang's, Hand it over. the undying phoenix physique. Before I cast him aside, he is still my husband in name. Maybe another day. Bai Qingling grinned and said, not another moment. Lord Ren's arrival will only make me move faster. Suddenly, Sen Singer shouted, Master, are you in there? Xing'er is so worried. Bai Qingling was shocked.
He cleared his throat and said, ahem, as he put down Han Jinyang. Han Jinyang said, never would I have thought. Bai Qingling, you even the girl you raised by your side, you. Sen Xing'er shouted, Wah, master, you are not allowed to leave Xing'er's sight for so long. She ran toward Bai Qingling. She suddenly jumped and hugged Bai Qingling. Bai Qingling said, Singer, why do you look like a lost little child? Sen Singer blushed and cried. Bai Qingling said, you are growing backwards, you know. No more crying. Sen Singer said, as she saw Han Jinyang in frustration said, Sen Singer said to herself, how dare this woman defile my master? How can she do this? How dare she do this? Master belongs to Singer. At most, he can have Sister Ling in as well, Ren Qianfan said. My lady, are you all right? I have been searching for you all night. I only found you thanks to City Lord Zhou's help. And you? He pointed his finger at Bai Qingling and said, Bai Qingling. Sen Singer hugged Bai Qingling tightly with her alluring figure. In a different scene. Rootless City, City Lord's guest hall. Han Jinyang and Ren Qianfan sat patiently. A servant then said, Lord Ren, Lady Ren, our City Lord will be here shortly. These two guests who travelled with the Asura Hall are also invited to take a seat. Bai Qingling and Sen Singer arrived. Bai Qingling thought to himself, that stance Ren Qianfan took earlier. He almost turned hostile to my face. Luckily, the invitation from the City Lord of Rootless City arrived in time. I can take care of another matter while I'm at it, Han Jinyang said. Oh, did Bai Lang not arrive at the City Lord's palace with us? She used whisper transmission to speak to Bai Qingling. She continued, Why are you so late? I even had time to change outfits before you arrived. Bai Qingling replied, It was a rather satisfying affair. Lady Ren will definitely be pleased. Sen Singer said, Whether or not Lady Ren is pleased, in any case, Singer and Master did it together. Sen Singer rested her large, soft chest on Bai Qingling's head. Han Jinyang said to herself in frustration, Why was this transmission channel not shielded from that little disciple? Who asked for your opinion? Are you trying to upset me on purpose? She then smiled and said, Speaking of together tonight's dual cultivation with Bai Lang, let's do it again next time, okay? Ren Qianfan became angry. Sen Xing'er was suddenly shocked and said, it is so late. Xing'er is absolutely exhausted. Xing'er really wants to just fall asleep like this. Master will not be mad at me, right? Han Jinyang shouted. You shameless brat. Sen Xing'er responded, You sneaky little tramp. Ren Qianfan said, Bai Qingling, listen up. I have had enough of this. We are settling this once and for all, right here, right now. Bai Qingling thought to himself, What in the world? Why is everyone using secret transmissions? And he said aloud, Interesting. I am listening. Ren Qianfan said, I know exactly how my wife sees you and how you see her, but the fact is, among the demonic path, only you have the power and guts to oppose Mu Sheng. Bai Qingling, I give up. I will call this a compromise for the greater good, but my wife's body is still weakened from the goo poison. Be gentle with her. Bai Qingling, shocked, thought to himself, Oh my goodness, this is tonight's biggest twist. I thought you were going to explode on me, but you just crawled into your turtle shell. If you never dare to take a single brave step, how do you expect your wife to like you? Suddenly, Han Jinyang slapped her armrest and said, Hey, is your city lord always this pretentious? We have been waiting forever. Is he even coming or not? Bai Qingling said, That is right. Was it not City Lord Zhou Rulai who personally invited the Asura Hall tonight? A figure suddenly appeared. Bai Qingling looked at the figure in shock. He suddenly grabbed the figure's arm and said, peeking at your guests, That is no way to treat visitors. As the City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai winced in pain and said, "Ah woo," Bai Qingling said. "Primordial spirit phantom technique. Reminds me of some old fogey who loved astral projection. City Lord Zhou, so you play with your primordial spirit too." The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, said, "Impossible. Absolutely impossible. My primordial spirit phantom technique is flawless." "How could you have noticed?" Bai Qingling threw him down, and as Zhou Rulai fell to the ground, he said, Sen Jing'er said, "City Lord Zhou, you had better listen closely. Standing before you right now is—" Bai Qingling interrupted. "Let me guess, you're about to rattle off a bunch of scary titles? No need, just say it." As he karate chopped Sen Singer's head, she said, "Oh, got it, master." Sen Singer cleared her throat and said, "Ahem, Patriarch of the vast sea sect, Demon Lord Qingling." The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, said, "Aha! Who would have thought? The great patriarch himself visiting Rootless City. I truly failed to recognize greatness. But I swear I meant no harm." Han Jiniang walked toward them and said, "Zhou Rulai, that is the worst kind of denial. No silver buried here. Speak, why exactly did you invite the Azura Hall here?" The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, said, "This." Then, to himself, he said, "I cannot say it out loud. I cannot admit to setting a trap to kill the lords of the Azura Hall." Bai Qingling said, "If City Lord Zhou will not say it, let him see it with his own eyes." "Shinger," Sen Singer said, "At your command, master. Time to show the fruits of our delayed arrival. Stupid ghost brat, come out." Her demon ghost appeared. Sen Singer said, "City Lord Zhou laid a soul-breaking formation here to kill Lord Ren and his wife. The ghost child used as a sacrifice was intercepted and absorbed by my disciple's ghost general." Bai Qingling said, "As for the one who helped you orchestrate this despicable act, your wife, Zhu Ruyi." He took out a box and said, "She was too weak, so I grabbed her myself and brought her along." As he opened the box, inside was the head of the ugly lady of Rootless City, Zhu Ruyi. The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, fell to the ground and cried, "My wife!" Bai Qingling said, "City Lord Zhou, everyone." The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, began to sweat in disbelief. Bai Qingling sat down and said, "Do not act like guests. Sit, sit. The kitchen has been preparing the banquet all night. No point wasting it. Let us start the feast first, then talk business." As Bai Qingling and Sen Xinger's eyes glowed red, Bai Qingling said, "As you can see, your long-time oppressor, the former saintess of the Heiwan sect, Zhu Ruyi, is dead." "Lord Zhou, what choice will you make now?" The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, said, I thank the nightmare from my godfather for removing that from my heart. I have had enough of that fat pig long ago. I can represent all the powers within Rootless City and pledge allegiance to the Kangming sect." Bai Qingling grinned. He said, "I knew City Lord Rulai was a smart man. Let us first visit the main altar of the Kangming sect to greet the sect master. You can also use the chance to recover from all those years of exploitation." The City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, kowtowed and said, "I am deeply grateful for the Godfather's great kindness." Suddenly a servant ran in and said, "Report, City Lord, the Queen of Shadows has arrived at Rootless City. She is already in the City Lord's palace." Bai Qingling, City Lord of Rootless City, Zhou Rulai, Han Jiniang, and Ren Qianfan were shocked, exclaiming, "What?" Sen Singer asked, "Master, is this Queen of Shadows someone special?" Bai Qingling replied, "It does not matter. I will go meet—" Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "Is little Qingling inside?" "Hurry and let big sister take a look at you." As Empress of the Demon Palace, Xiao Qingmei arrived. Bai Qingling thought to himself, "The Queen of Shadows, Xiao Qingmei, is an ancient being from Yunzhou with half succubus blood, a witch from the same era as Saintess Mu Xinlan. But she was never supposed to appear in Rootless City in the original story. Could this unexpected development be aimed directly at me?
Ren Qianfan said. Junior Ren Qianfan greets the Queen of Shadows. It has been 300 years since the Second Righteous versus Demonic War, and the Queen is more stunning than ever. As she ran toward Bai Qingling, she exclaimed, "Oh, my little Qingling, it has only been 100 years, and you have grown so tall and strapping."
She suddenly smothered Bai Qingling's head into her huge soft chest and said, "Come here and let Big Sister give your body a thorough check." Bai Qingling thought to himself, still savouring the moment while being smothered in Empress Xiao Qingmei's soft, delicate breast. Darn it. Does Xiao Qingmei not realise her height is nearly 11 feet by now? Her hands all over me like this. It is just plain abuse of a poor little shotter, Bai Qingling said, as the Queen of Shadows held him close. 100 years have passed, and I am no longer the boy I once was, so I must ask the Queen to please mind your conduct. Empress Xiao Qingmei, blushing with joy, hugged Bai Qingling tighter and said, "Eek," still so stiff, old-fashioned, and serious. "Little Qingling, you have not changed at all, so adorable." Suddenly, Sen Singer, in anger, shouted, "Wicked woman, let go of my master." Han Jiniang added, "Yeah, Lord Bai belongs to me. He is the representative of our Kangming sect. Even the Queen of Shadows must show proper decorum." Empress Xiao Qingmei stared at them and said, My. Big Sister is just used to being carefree. Guess I really should be more considerate of others' gazes." Then she ran away carrying Bai Qingling, saying, "Why do we not go to Big Sister's room to properly catch up?" Sen Xing'er shouted, "Master!" Han Jiniang cried out, "Bai Lang!" A few moments later, aboard the Demon Emperor's flying vessel. Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "Little Qingling, do you still remember this Queen's Azura 100 Battles tea?" Bai Qingling responded, "Back then, thanks to a pot of this tea, I was able to seize the demon source and develop my core demonic technique. My position as Demon Lord is owed in part to you. I would never dare forget that." Empress Xiao Qingmei replied, "That mouth of yours is much smoother than it used to be." "If you can talk, then talk more," Bai Qingling said. "The Demon Emperor's lady holds an exalted position. Please restrain yourself from behavior that invites gossip." Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "Sob. Back in the day you kept calling me good sister just to get my help, and now you call me Demon Emperor's lady. How heartbreaking." Bai Qingling thought to himself, that was all for the Demon Lord position. I had to grit my teeth and say it. Do not make it sound like I said it from the heart. Bai Qingling said, "Sister?" As Bai Qingling frustratedly recalled his past with Empress Xiao Qingmei, she said, "Forget it. I did not come all this way just to tease you." She began removing some of her clothing. Empress Xiao Qingmei continued, "Have you ever wondered why I was willing to help you?" Bai Qingling replied, "I humbly await the Queen's insight." Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "My beloved rival of a lifetime, Mu Xinlan. In our final battle 3,000 years ago, I lost to her by just one move. But in that fight, I caught a glimpse deep in her divine sense of vague remnants of fate." She glanced at her large teacup, then paused and added, "I guess she used some kind of celestial divination technique from the upper realm to foresee a distant future. In that vision of the future of the 9 provinces, you were the only immortal reflection in her eyes, just like her. Perhaps she believes that the tragic end she foresaw was caused by you. That is why she must kill you." Bai Qingling thought to himself, impossible. In the original story, Bai Qingling was definitely fated to die in the Blood Kitchen. I have cleared the game Immortal Love more than 3 times. There was never such a plotline or ending. If the Queen is plotting, or hinting at an ultimate death match between me and Mu Xinlan, then now is the perfect chance to ask for benefits, is it not? As Empress Xiao Qingmei took a drink, Bai Qingling said, "I believe I understand the Queen's intentions with the demonic tournament approaching. I have a request." Empress Xiao Qingmei asked, "What is it?" Bai Qingling replied, "I ask my good sister to move to the bed and assist me in my cultivation." As Bai Qingling smiled, Empress Xiao Qingmei blushed and moistened her red, soft, delicate lips. Empress Xiao Qingmei said, What does that mean? Bai Qingling said, "In the past, I begged you to take Ronga as your disciple, and in just a short 100 years, Ronga was cultivated into the renowned embroidered-faced saintess. You also once said that if we ever ran into trouble, we could come to the Demon Empress Palace at any time. Now, there truly is a thorny problem. Qingling is here to ask her dear elder sister for help." Empress Xiao Qingmei got excited and said, "Ayo, what on earth happened to you?" As she held the head of Bai Qingling, she continued, "Come into sister's arms quickly and tell me everything slowly." As she smothered Bai Qingling's face in her huge, soft chest, Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "To think, this is the matured form of the innate formless demonic body. Just looking with a mortal's eyes, you are still the same little one from back then." Suddenly, Bai Qingling disappeared. Bai Qingling said, "Cough. Let's try to stay on topic, good sister. At this Demon Alliance assembly, someone is plotting against Qingling, and that someone is none other than the assembly's initiator, Ji Tai Mei." Empress Xiao Qingmei, confused, said, "Ji Tai Mei? He dares?" Bai Qingling replied, "He did not at first, but now he has someone backing him. Ji Tai Mei has long submitted to the ethereal Cloud Palace and become a pawn of Muxinlan." Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "That old hag. No sense of martial honor." Bai Qingling said, "Empress Yin, please calm your anger. What matters most now is how to respond." Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "It matches. It matches the goal that old hag has. To see you dead, if it were before I married into the Demon Emperor's palace, it would have been simple. But now—" Bai Qingling thought to himself, "It seems Empress Yin cannot make a move herself. Have the Demon Emperor and Empress Yin, two tribulation stage powerhouses, entered into some sort of mutually restraining pact?" Bai Qingling said, "So be it. Then I shall act alone." Empress Xiao Qingmei was shocked. Bai Qingling declared, "I will never allow Muxinlan to succeed. As for Ji Tai Mei's head, I will offer it as a war banner when I ascend to the position of alliance leader." Empress Xiao Qingmei pointed at Bai Qingling and said, "Are you planning to make enemies of all 7 demonic sects? No being naughty." Bai Qingling suddenly touched her huge hands and said, "Let them all come. At most, we will just be digging a few more graves. Above the 9 netherworlds beneath tribulation, there is no one I, Bai Qingling, cannot kill." As Bai Qingling held the huge hands of Empress Xiao Qingmei, she blushed, and she instantly fell in love with Bai Qingling. She said, "So let us return to the original question. How do you want me to help with your cultivation?" Bai Qingling replied, "Good sister carries the bloodline of a succubus, and Qingling also possesses this dream reversal enrapturement artifact. Given that, would this not be a perfect match made in heaven?" Empress Xiao Qingmei blushed and said, "So you are suggesting?" Bai Qingling stepped forward and said, "That is right." Just as Empress Yin imagined, Empress Xiao Qingmei was shocked as she said, "Little Qingling, even though sister spoils you, you must not be too reckless. You and I are of different races, demon and mortal, and there is a seniority gap, not to mention our body sizes do not match. How could we possibly cultivate like that?" Bai Qingling said, "Empress Yin does not actually think I am some frail little pup, does she?" Bai Qingling's hand suddenly changed, and he became a dragon. Empress Xiao Qingmei was shocked and said, "This is your true Dharma form. Things have come to this. Sister is truly in a bind now." She emitted a powerful aura. As Bai Qingling felt Empress Xiao Qingmei's aura, he said, "This is—" Then Bai Qingling stepped outside. Empress Xiao Qingmei said, "A divine soul realm, carved open through the void law of the tribulation realm. Little Qingling, calm down in a moment. Do not hurt sister's soul." Bai Qingling said, "So that is it. Sister cannot assist me with her physical body, so she is using her divine sense for spiritual jewel cultivation." Empress Xiao Qingmei pressed her huge, soft chest against Bai Qingling's dragon form and said, "You naughty thing. You understand it, so why say it out loud?
Bai Qingling thought to himself, dual cultivation between dragon form and human form. What a novel and thrilling experience. Empress of the Demon Palace, Xiao Qingmei, felt her skin tingling all over with pleasure as she gasped. Wait a second. This black flood dragon manifestation is really over the top. Bai Qingling muttered. This is impossible. I cannot do it. Xiao Qingmei sighed. As expected, good sister still looks down on the current Qingling. And no, it is not that, she said, flustered.
What I meant was... Bai Qingling chuckled. Ha ha! Qingling was just joking. This kind of soul form should be worthy of you, right? As he gently lifted Xiao Qingmei's soft, delicate chin, he murmured, Good sister, let us begin, with a kiss. Xiao Qingmei blushed deeply, exhaling as she looked away. Do we really have to kiss? Bai Qingling stared at her quietly, thinking to himself, why does she react like someone completely inexperienced? Could there really be something fishy about her so-called marriage to the Demon Emperor? Whatever. I will think about it more after this is done. Without warning, he leaned in and stole a kiss from Xiao Qingmei's soft lips. She gasped inwardly. This feeling. She could feel her heart stir with warmth and whispered silently, if we touched physically in the real world, maybe that would not be so bad either. Moments later, Bai Qingling groaned to himself. Ugh, even my soul is starting to feel exhausted. Suddenly a system notification popped up. Current points, 250,000 points. Bai Qingling grinned. Thankfully, my cultivation has finally stabilized at the peak of the nascent soul stage. He clenched his fist. My innate demonic art, Heavenly Demon Dragon Transformation Manual, has also been successfully awakened. In the original game, the untouchable Empress of Darkness, Xiao Qingyan, turns out to be this useful. Now that I think about it, if Bai Qingling had not died, she would definitely feel more like the protagonist than Xiao Chen. Still breathless from their soul exchange, Xiao Qingmei panted softly. Ha, ha, ha! Then she sat up, cheeks flushed, and huffed. Humph, you brat, I will never think you are cute again. But deep down, even with his peak nascent soul cultivation, Bai Qingling reminded himself, I absolutely must not let my guard down before the other 7 major demon sects. Keep that in mind. Never forget. He looked at her gently. Thank you, Sister Qingmei. Then he kissed her soft cheek. Scene, Shura Hall flying boat. Sen Xing'er pouted. Master just left with that giant woman. Master left Xing'er with the Shura Hall couple. Master does not like Xing'er anymore. Han Jiniang suddenly said, Little girl, what are you thinking about? Thinking about your master? Sen Xing'er, visibly irritated, snapped. Sai, I am the personal disciple of Demon Lord Qingling from Netherluo Hall. Do not try to get chummy with me, Shura Hall brat. Han Jiniang smiled knowingly. All right. My relationship with your master is very close, closer than you can imagine. Sen Jing blinked. What do you mean? Explain it clearly, Han Jiniang chuckled. You are still just a little girl. Clearly you do not understand anything yet. Then she thought to herself, you probably cannot imagine it, but your master has long since fallen for me. We have done... Can Hua Yurong say the same? The position of wife to the Netherluo Hall disciple has been vacant for so many years. You are not Hua Yurong's or anyone else's. You are mine, Han Jiniang's. She held Sen Xing'er's soft hands. You are Sui Xing'er, right? I heard you lost your mother when you were very young. But you have me. I can guide and raise you just like a real mother would. You are not a child anymore. You know girls should avoid being too close to their father figures, right? You cannot rely on your master for everything forever. Sen Xing'er gripped her hand tighter, flustered. Hey! No, Xing'er just wants to stay by Master's side all the time. Master said it too. When he sleeps, Xing'er must serve him well. Master even said that there will always be a place for Xing'er on the cold jade bed of the blood kitchen. Han Jiniang froze. Her body trembled, and she collapsed to the floor. Ren Qianfan rushed over. Madam, what is wrong? Sen Xing'er looked up, distracted. Huh? What is that? Hovering above them was a massive ship, a huge flying boat. It is from the main sect of the Hihuan sect.
She squinted. Looks like someone is on the deck. Her eyes widened. Senior Sister Lixiu? Elsewhere, Lin Qianqian asked softly, her fingers toying with her soft pink lips. Sect Master Ji, do you think that Devil Bai Qingling might actually like me? Would he like someone like me? Jitaimei, I'm talking to you. What's with that stiff face? Quit pretending. Jitaimei finally responded. I just received word that our plan in Rootless City failed. The Ren Qianfan couple has already escaped. If they join forces with Bai Qingling, the Demon Dao Assembly will be much harder to control. But it's not all bad news. Your royal brother Lin Mo was also invited to attend the wedding banquet and join in opening the workshop, along with his fiancée. Lin Qianqian was stunned. What? Third prince brother is coming? She took off her robe and said, No, I cannot go through with offering myself to Bai Qingling as planned. Third brother will never accept it. He will go mad if he finds out. Suddenly she stopped and added, Wait, hold on. Fiancé. Since when does he have a fiancé? In a different scene, at the foot of the mountain of the Huan sect, Shuyi City, a man stood on his balcony observing, What a grand flying chariot. Could it be the Demon Emperor's personal ride? That tall beauty over there? Could she be the Empress of Shadows? But rumors say the Demon Emperor is short and stocky. So who exactly is standing beside the Empress? Bai Qingling looked around and muttered people and their rumors. Seems like we will need to act separately. Let's look around for now, and wait patiently for the Demon Dao Assembly to begin. Empress of the Demon Palace, Xiao Qingmei said, Little Qingling, you are hiding something from your sister. Aside from Jitaimei's threats, did you foresee something else? Bai Qingling thought to himself, Foresee? I just played through the plot in advance. In this Demon Dao Assembly there will be 8 demon lords, and 3 will die. But obviously I cannot tell the Empress of Shadows that. He took Xiao Qingmei's hands and said, This is my tribulation to face. I will handle it myself. Qingling will never forget the night you gave yourself to help me, sister. Xiao Qingmei blushed deeply, her eyes full of love as she looked at Bai Qingling. She said, Oh, you're bringing that up again. Didn't I tell you to forget it? She slapped Bai Qingling's back, and he spat from the force. His back hurting, he said. Not my fault. I only remembered it afterward. The shadow-locking pearl, a pseudo-immortal artifact, could penetrate soul barriers and record everything. It recorded our entire spiritual union last night, automatically, from every angle. Xiao Qingmei exclaimed, You shameless brat. Bai Qingling smiled slyly. You do not want His Majesty the Demon Emperor to find out about us, do you, Sister Qingmei? He thought to himself, You can think things like that, but do not say them out loud. I am the Demon Lord of Great Love, not some depraved monster. He rested against Xiao Qingmei's huge, soft chest. Bai Qingling said softly, Do not be mad, sister. I just do not know when we will meet again. This might end up being our last memory together after all, Xiao Qingmei replied firmly. So then you must promise it will never be leaked. Do you hear me? A system notification chimed. Congratulations, host. Great love infusion successful. Points gained, 150,000. Bai Qingling said to himself, 150,000 in one go? That is the biggest point reward I have gotten yet? This system is getting more generous. He suddenly stopped and mused. Hold on. Lately, the great love recipients have been Jinyang and the Empress. Could it be that the system has a thing for married women? Bai Qingling said aloud, System aside, I am not some playboy who falls in love with every beauty and steals others' women. I am simply responding to the women who admire me. I have mastered this way. Right. Seems like there is one romance target I have neglected for quite some time. My eldest disciple, Feng Xiaoshu. How is her undercover work in the Zhenwu sword sect going? She must have gathered plenty of intel on the second male lead, Lin Mo, by now. Bai Qingling took out an eye crystal. As Feng Lixu said, Lin Mo, I am warning you. If you keep claiming I am your fiancé and tarnishing my reputation, this will be your fate. Lin Mo replied, Sister Lixu, Bai Qingling interrupted. Tisk, tisk, as expected of my prized disciple. With no special talent or constitution, yet she mastered all my sword techniques through sheer effort.
In the original story, their arc together does not affect the drama on my side. As long as their plotline follows the original story, I have nothing to worry about. Bai Qingling grinned. Bai Qingling said, "But Lin Mo trying to woo my top disciple. I cannot turn a blind eye to that. Only I get to attract other people's women. No one touches mine. Next, I will be meeting your sister Lin Qianqian, and I have prepared a very special gift for her. Once she takes it, she will become a weapon driven purely by desire." Yu Mujin Lam played dirty first, and Lin Mo started poaching disciples. Do not blame me for retaliating in kind. Feng Lixu pointed her sword at Lin Mo and shouted, "Lin Mo, isn't it enough that you go around calling me your fiancé? Now you've even told your sister. I've had it with your nonsense." Lin Mo raised both hands in surrender, his tone softening. "Yeah, you're right. I admit I went too far." He paused, then looked at her seriously. "But Lixu, are you reacting this way because that man means something to you?" Feng Lixu fell silent for a moment. Then, coolly, she replied, "That man was spying on me just moments ago." Lin Mo's expression changed to one of shock. His hand went to his sword, his aura flaring with fury. "Who is he? Could he be the demon who left scars on your soul? If anyone dares to hurt you, even an immortal, I'll kill him myself." Feng Lixu's voice was low and calm. "How laughable you can't even defeat me, and yet you talk big like that." She turned her back to him, her steps slow but firm. "Listen carefully. I only came east with you to kill Bai Qingling. Don't bring up anything else, and stop tarnishing my name." Lin Mo watched her walk away, his eyes lingering on her graceful figure. He let out a long sigh and murmured, "How much longer do I have to wait for you to let me into your heart?" He straightened his posture and said, "Anyway, I already told Jitaime I was coming. My 9th sister will surely be happy to see me. After all, she's the only one who's ever truly cared about me. Grand reception hall. Hewan sect." Lin Mo entered the grand hall, where Jitaime greeted him with a slight bow. "Third Prince, you've arrived just in time." Lin Mo nodded. "Greetings, sect leader Ji. Where is my younger sister?" Jitaime's forehead glistened with sweat. "Her Highness, the 9th Princess, is preparing herself to welcome you properly. You'll likely see her tomorrow morning." Lin Mo frowned. "Preparing herself? My sister is naturally beautiful. She never uses makeup. I've traveled thousands of miles to see her. She used to run out to greet me, and now she's making me wait until morning." He reached for his sword, voice sharp with suspicion. "Jitaime, what scheme are you pulling this time?" He pointed his blade directly at the sect leader. "Where are you hiding my sister?" Jitaime sighed and folded his arms. "Shh, fine. Since you're sent by Sintess Mu, I'll tell you everything. We plan to kill Bai Qingling at the demonic conference, take control, and then ally with the righteous sects." Lin Mo narrowed his eyes. "Sounds plausible, but do you really believe you can defeat Bai Qingling?" Jitaime replied calmly. "Saintess Mu already devised a strategy, a beauty trap that will drain his demonic energy and break his technique, and the 9th Princess is the key." Lin Mo's face twisted in rage. "No, absolutely not." He slashed at the wall beside him, stone shattered like butter under the force of his blade. "She's a princess of the great Chu Empire, a noble of royal blood. How could she be used to serve a demonic monster?" He raised his sword, voice thundering. "It's an insult. A disgrace to our royal house." Jitaime stayed composed. "I repeat, this was Saintess Mu's plan, and the princess has already agreed. In fact, Bai Qingling arrived an hour ago in dragon form. He's already with her in the back hall." Lin Mo whispered to himself, "My sister." His eyes stared blankly into the distance. "My beloved sister, with that Bai Qingling." Without another word, he turned and ran from the hall. "Third Prince," Jitaime called after him. A distant room. Candles burned low. Bai Qingling sat in the dim light, his gaze fixed on the veiled woman before him. "What are you waiting for?" he asked coolly. "As this lord's concubine-to-be, do you want me to remove your veil myself?
I'm honoring you with a concubine ceremony. You should be grateful. The woman hesitated, clearly confused. Grateful? Let me think about how I should act then, Bai Qingling muttered to himself with a sardonic smile. Ha! In the original story, if Xiao Chen hadn't died, he could have taken the demonic path to get close to Lin Qianqian, then fall for her beauty trap, lose power, and get stabbed in the back. His eyes sharpened as he studied the woman. Now that Xiao Chen can't be used, you're trying the same trick on me. The woman crawled seductively toward him, but Bai Qingling remained composed. Gently he lifted her veil. Looks like you've got it all planned. Lin Qianqian blushed as she sat upright near Bai Qingling's lap, her eyes lowered but her tone deliberately seductive. Sect leader Ji already told the Lord that Qianqian wishes to serve him, out of pure admiration. She stood slowly, letting her elegant figure come into full view. Her movements were graceful and deliberate, her voice silk-wrapped in allure. Let us hope the demon lord does not disapprove. Inwardly, her thoughts burned with purpose. This is all for the sake of the righteous path. Once we've achieved our goal, I'll tear him apart. I never agreed to this out of desire. This man doesn't attract me in the slightest. Bai Qingling smirked, his gaze fixed on the curvaceous beauty before him. Admiring her with no attempt to hide his appreciation, he said mockingly, You say you want to serve me. Do you even understand what that means? Lin Qianqian leaned in, her tone still drenched in seduction. I've studied the Hewon sect's secret manuals given by sect leader Ji. I'm confident. I can satisfy the demon lord. Bai Qingling's smirk deepened. Even though I know you're acting, he thought, you do it so convincingly, I almost believed it. If I end up enjoying it, then I'd be the one losing. Suddenly his gaze shifted. His eyes narrowed slightly. Two auras approaching. One is Ji Taimei's. Familiar. The other one? Then a grin stretched across his face. Well, what a surprise. But perfectly timed. A performance is always better with an audience. With a casual flick of his hand, a glowing magical rope appeared. It shimmered with foreign runes and exotic craftsmanship. He turned to stand in front of Lin Qianqian, now startled and blushing as she instinctively stepped back and stumbled to the floor. Bai Qingling looked down at her with an ominous gleam in his eyes. Then allow me to properly entertain you, princess. He lifted the rope, its energy pulsing. Let us begin with this exotic foreign binding art. Lin Qianqian, bound by the magical rope, said seductively, Lord Demon, this. As she leaned forward, blushing, she added, Is this really appropriate? Bai Qingling wiped sweat from his brow and smiled to himself. This demonic rope was a gift offered by Murong Qi after resolving the Black Moon City incident. He stared at the large soft bottom of Lin Qianqian and continued thinking, once Lin Qianqian is bound by it, she will have no chance to absorb my innate demonic energy. Lin Qianqian seductively said, Your preferences are truly outrageous. Even I find it hard to. No. I'm just captivated by the novelty. She looked at Bai Qingling's chiseled body and thought to herself, starting off with this kind of teasing, what is coming next must be wild. This body, this masculine aura, it is going to be with me, Bai Qingling said firmly. Enough, put your clothes back on. This appearance is unbecoming. Lin Qianqian, shocked and confused, asked, Huh? Why? Should we not be getting closer and closer? Bai Qingling threw her clothes toward her and said, You are not worthy. Lin Qianqian looked down disappointed and thought, He rejected me. Then I will not have to lose my purity, nor feel guilty toward my royal brother or brother Xiao Chen. But in that case, what of Master's plan? How are we to defeat this demon lord? Suddenly the door slammed open. Lin Mo shouted, Xiangxian, bound still by the magical rope. Lin Xiangxian looked back. Lin Mo was shocked as he saw Lin Xiangxian with Bai Qingling. He shouted, Old demon Bai, how dare you defile my ninth sister's purity? Locking eyes with Bai Qingling, he declared, Today, it is either you or me. He drew his sword. Bai Qingling thought to himself, Is that the divine light of the 9 profound imperial sword? I cannot even be bothered to open my eyes for that, Ji Taimei said. Third prince, cease at once, Lin Xiangxian said. Royal brother, do not be disrespectful. They held Lin Mo back. Lin Shangxian continued, "Show no disrespect to Lord Demon. Lord Demon has not defiled my chastity." Lin Mo said angrily, "Ninth sister, you are defending that demon?" Suddenly he spat blood in shock and said, "No." Bai Qingling walked toward Lin Mo and said, "Lin Mo, was it? Watch carefully. This is how Lin Shangxian is meant to be used." He suddenly held Lin Shangxian's delicate soft waist and pulled her close, pressing her large soft chest against his muscular body.
He said, "Little princess, you know what to do, do you not?" Lin Shangxian said, "You would not want anything to happen to your royal brother, would you?" Lin Mo, furious, grinned and shouted, "Bai Qingling, take your filthy hands off. Do not touch my ninth sister." He pointed his sword at Bai Qingling and Lin Shangxian. Ji Taimei said, "Third prince, Lord Demon Bai Qingling, what are you doing? This cannot be allowed." Bai Qingling said, "Ji brother, step aside. This does not concern you." He suddenly held Lin Shangxian's soft, delicate chin, lifted her up, and stole her first kiss. While kissing Lin Shangxian and holding a handful of her soft bottom, Bai Qingling stared seriously into Lin Mo's eyes and said, "She was given to me. I will do with her as I please." No one has the right to interfere. Lin Mo, in shock, thought to himself, "Ninth sister, the sister I swore to protect for a lifetime, is now being publicly humiliated by that demon." He suddenly raged and charged toward Bai Qingling, shouting, "Bai Qingling! I will see you dead." Suddenly he stopped in shock as he saw the expression on Lin Shangxian's face while kissing Bai Qingling passionately. Lin Mo dropped his sword and said, "Lin Shangxian, do you even know what you are doing? Why would you willingly fall so low? Why will you not answer me?" Tears fell from his eyes, snot dripped from his mouth, and he continued, "Even if you lied, said it was all for show." Lin Shangxian hugged Bai Qingling while kissing him passionately, leaving Lin Mo frozen in place. He spat blood from shock and said, "No." He then fell to the ground. Ji Taimei attended to him and ordered the servants, "Someone, escort the third prince to the guest hall to rest. No one is allowed to remain here. Lord Demon Bai Qingling has matters to attend to." Ji Taimei and a servant carried Lin Mo out. Bai Qingling thought to himself, "Lin Mo, just as in the original setup, you harbor improper thoughts toward your own sister. If not, how would it come to this?" Lin Shangxian sat there, quiet as a mouse, but her head was churning. "Sorry, royal brother." Shangxian didn't have a choice. She was sat on the floor, legs spread, still muttering to herself, "Master's grand plan can't go tits up." Shangxian just has to bide her time and wreck that demon's power when the moment's right. She kept her gob shut after that, but Bai Qingling clocked it and said, "You stuck up for me in front of Lin Mo, so I'm rewarding you. Now get down. Only obedient dogs get treats. Got it?" Shangxian didn't argue. She dropped to all fours, crawled over and purred, "Yes, master. Shangxian will give it her all. Do whatever it takes to earn your favor." Over at Shuyu City, in the Lord's Manor, Sen Xinga was dangling her perfect little feet in the water, letting out a sigh. "Ugh, what's so bloody fun about banquets anyway, and being on my own, dead boring." She was splashing about when Han Jiniang rocked up and said, "Heard Queen Yin moved into the palace here all by herself. Reckon your master's already done a runner too." Xinga's eyes welled up. "Then, master, no, why hasn't he come to see me? Has he already forgotten about Xinga? Is he planning to just ditch me?" Han Jiniang scoffed. If he can chuck aside a young little stunner like you, then that rotten sod would never look twice at someone like me." Xinga mumbled, "But I did it willingly. I was the one who climbed into his bed every time." Han Jiniang snapped, "Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it." Just then the ground shook, a massive thud, and this enormous woman stomped into view. Xinga blinked. Who's that?" Han Jiniang said, low and tense. "That's Simon Wuhan, sect leader of the Joy sect. Demonic title, Great Joy Bodhisattva." Xinga went pale. The Joy sect leader? Xinga and master killed Shu Ruyi in Wugan City, and she was her daughter. Han Jiniang clapped a hand over Xinga's soft lips and hissed, "Shut it, you daft cow. You got a death wish or what? If one of the top brass from the 8 demonic sects is already here, I can't stick around with you. Watch your tongue. And your step. A bit later, Shinger stared off into the distance and sighed again. With Master gone, I've got no bloody energy for mischief. Then she froze. There was a figure in the distance, properly seductive. Who's that? Definitely not from the Joy sect. Could it be Sister Lixu? But she adores me. She'd have shown herself by now. So who is it? Why am I so thick I can't figure it out? Then Bai Chingling appeared walking on water like it was nothing. Who's my little Shinger mumbling about? She jumped. He smirked. Some handsome lad from another demonic sect, is it? Zinger stared at him, then launched herself into his arms, screaming, Master! How could Zinger ever think of another man? Bai Chingling said, Zinger, now's not the time to be spacing out. She pressed her huge, soft chest right into him, blushing like mad. He cupped her delicate face and said, My divination says Shuyu City might be in for a right mess tonight. From now on you stick by me. No wandering off. Understood? She nodded eagerly. Shinger understands. No matter what, Zinger will never leave Master's side again. She planted a kiss on his cheek, then brightened. Oh, Master, while you were gone, I kept thinking of ways to make you stay. She whipped her clothes off and strutted toward the water, grinning. Look at this. What do you reckon? She was showing off her new bathing suit, all curves and confidence. Bai Chingling coughed up blood just looking at her. For crying out loud, context, woman. It's broad daylight, people everywhere. Someone'll think I've defected to the bloody Joy sect. In the distance, Feng Lixu was watching the whole scene. Her expression was stone cold. Master, little junior sister, you've both let me down. I never thought that man would actually make a move on Zinger, and I never thought she'd fall for him. I know him best. I know exactly what he's like. Absolutely disgusting. A flicker of memory, insects crawling over her as a child. Elsewhere, a fat lady was messing about with a pretty, muscly blonde lad and cackling. You dare resist, you rotten sod. Being pampered by us little fairies is your lucky bleedin' day. Her even fatter mate was doing the same with another pretty boy. There's no such thing as a losing man in this game, love. Girls, use force. Jimin Wuan handed a cup to Ren Xianfan and said, Hall Master Ren, this way, please. But Ren Xianfan was staring into the distance, blank as a plank. Jimin Wuan smiled. Life's short. Seize the joy while you can. She started playing with him right there. From afar, a bloke muttered, Oi, oi. Hall Master Ren from the Kangming sect got lured into a private room by the great Joy Bodhisattva. His mate shrugged. Why didn't he fight back? And his wife's just sat there doing nout. Han Jiniang thought to herself, that eunuch's about as useful as a salted fish now. Has he really sunk that low? As Simen Wuan led Ren Xianfan inside, Bai Chingling suddenly appeared. Han Jiniang clocked him. He pulled up a chair and said, Looks like the madam's had a few too many. She shot back, You filthy swine, aren't you here for the show too? She set her cup down. Or is this like last time in Wugan City? Another deadly trap cooked up by that Ji Tai Mei? Bai Chingling replied coolly, Not that simple. This time's 10 times worse. Suddenly a fat lady came running, sweating like a pig, yelling, Murder! Someone's been murdered! Sect leader, the great Joy Bodhisattva. She's dead. Han Jiniang's jaw dropped. Bai Chingling just carried on sipping his wine. She stammered. The great Joy Bodhisattva was killed. Who did it? Sweat was pouring off her. Bai Chingling said calmly, This is just the start. Head to the Yin Empress's palace in the southern suburbs. You'll be safe there. Then Ren Qianfan burst in, shouting, Lunatics! All of you! When did you lot get here? Right, I'm a lunatic too. Han Jiniang realized that demonic mastermind couldn't possess Hall Master Ren, just scrambled his head to give him a chance to escape. Bai Chingling nodded. He'll come right soon enough. No need to fret. As for the next target, they're probably already here. Marketplace, Shuyu City, Tantai Lingying said, Hongyi, you're the sect leader now. Showing up here so rashly might. Ye Hongyi cut her off. The sect's run by the Holy Maiden,
and Shui cities guarded by the Godfather. No need to worry. Lingying narrowed her eyes.
So you really are that desperate to see a man, are you? Hongyi went red. Woo, what do you mean, a man? That's my godfather.
Lingying looked around, frowning. Hang on. Why's the corpse aura in this city so thick? And there's traces of some weird formation too. She added, I was locked in the formation palace of Yuluo Hall since I was a kid, so I know most formations inside out. Just on this street alone, there are 3 killing formations hiding in plain sight. She turned to Hongyi. I'm going to find Master and Xing'e and tell them to pull out. Hongyi, get out of the city now. If anything kicks off, reach me through the spirit jade. Got it. Hongyi blushed again and whispered, all right. This is the you I know, my dear sister Lingying. Then Lingying spotted a shadow darting in the distance. Senior sister? She gave chase. Sister Lixu, I'd know you anywhere. Wait, I need to talk to you. Are you avoiding me?
Have you heard what's been going on?
Her voice turned pleading. But Master's not the same now. No, it's us who never really saw him clearly. Just come back, see him once, and you'll understand. Fong Lixu looked back with a wicked grin. Heh, what a catch, landing right in my lap. Thought I'd have to wait days, but here's a live water element soul delivered on a plate. Father, if I finish early, will you give Yu Ying a proper reward? Lingying gasped. You're not Sister Lixu. Your name's Yu Ying. Were you sacrificed by an evil cultivator and your soul forced into the ghost path? Yu Ying snapped. Shut your gob. Father isn't evil. He loves me. He helped me evolve, cut me loose from that boring mortal world. She flapped her wings and screeched, now hand over your tasty living soul. You nagging old bag. Lingying stayed cool, pulling out her gukin and plucking the strings. Sound waves rippled out, slowing Yu Ying down.
If this were the Kangming sect, she said, the blood chef would have already welcomed a new guest.
Yi Hongyi jumped in, sword drawn. Buddha seal! Yu Ying gasped, what? Chains wrapped around her whole body. Hongyi sneered, blay, collapsed before I even broke a sweat. Rubbish! Yu Ying's eyes went wide. Kangming sect, blood chef, and sect leader. You're the new sect leader of Kangming, and she's from Yuluo Hall. She looked around, panic creeping in. Then, could the great Bai Qingling demon lord be nearby too? Hongyi pointed her sword at Yu Ying. No point chatting to a loser ghost like you. Just die. Lingying held her back. Hongyi, careful, she's playing weak. Yu Ying grinned. So I've been rumbled, have I? Hey, sharp eyes. She burst with power, breaking the chains. But I can see you too, you're only at peak core formation. Hand over your soul-seizing technique. She lunged. Lingying strummed her gukin again. Sound waves surged and stopped Yu Ying mid-flight. Yu Ying screamed in pain. Impossible. I went through agony to perfect an attack near unity level. How can a mere core formation Kangming disciple block me? Lingying held a single string and said coolly, You've never even set foot in the blood chef's hall, and you talk about pain. I've endured 10 times what you can imagine. That's how I mastered this demon sound path, praised endlessly by Bai Qingling himself. Yu Ying shouted, I don't believe it. You're not even that old demon Qianfan. I even snatched that fat joy sect hag's soul. Who the hell do you think you are? Lingying activated her skill calmly. Song of Departed Souls. She strummed. Massive sound waves roared forth. Yu Ying shrieked, What the bloody hell is this? Even Yuluo Hall disciples are dabbling in ghost arts now. Huge spectral hands erupted from the ground, grabbed Yu Ying, and slammed her down. Lingying declared, No physical form doesn't mean invincible. Yu Ying struggled, pinned. Lingying pressed. Talk.
What's your real background?
Yu Ying gasped. I'm a disciple of the evil extreme sect. Yu Ying. My father forced me to hunt souls and attack you. I'm so pitiful, ladies, please spare me. Ah, he. She stuck out her tongue seductively. He. Then dark energy burst from her. She broke free and yelled, No good. Can't keep up the act anymore. You think just 'cause you broke my soul-seizing tone by luck, you've won? Dream on. This is my real specialty. Thousand souls mourning secret technique. Taste agony that rivals a nascent soul cultivator's might. Enormous ghostly hands surged forward. Ling Ying flinched. No, my sound waves aren't working, Hongyi added. Even the Kangbing sword scripture's sword chi is useless, Ling Ying cried. Hongyi, fly into the sky now, Hongyi said grimly. It's too late. He looked up at the descending ghostly pressure. The ghost aura's peaking. It's pressing down. Ling Ying whispered, Hongyi, I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you. Hongyi gripped her soft hands and smiled. What are you on about? Sister Lingyan will always be my favorite person, just like Master. But no matter what, together they raised their swords and shouted, even if I destroy my own soul, I won't let her take yours. Yu Ying fired a beam of dark energy. A massive explosion ripped through. But when the smoke cleared, they stood unharmed. Ling Ying looked ahead. This is, Hongyi asked, is that Master? Ling Ying narrowed her eyes. No. Though Master rarely uses a sword, his cultivation's deep. The intent in this strike is still lacking. Yu Ying squinted at the new figure as that Demon Lord Qingling. The figure stepped forward. Ling Ying's eyes lit up. Senior Sister Feng. She ran up and hugged her from behind. I knew it was you, Feng Lixu replied coldly. Don't call me Senior Sister. You're too sentimental and hesitant, not worthy of being a Yuluo Hall disciple. Ling Ying flinched. Senior Sister. Feng Lixu turned her sharp gaze to Yu Ying. Yuluo Hall doesn't raise freeloaders. You should go back and take your punishment, Yu Ying shrieked. Ah, Feng Lixu continued, I've embarrassed myself. Forgive my incompetence. She walked forward with seductive grace, her sword blazing with flames. Your opponent now is the chief disciple of Demon Lord Qingling, senior disciple of Yuluo Hall, Feng Lixu. She twirled her sword, flames swirling. Hongyi gasped. What technique is that? Ling Ying answered. Master's original divine technique. 9 peaks heaven-burning art. Feng Lixu sat down calmly. To cultivate it, you must endure endless scorching. Your body must bear the agony of molten flames. Besides Senior Sister and Master himself, maybe no third person in the world can master it. Yu Ying trembled. What is that? Something's seriously wrong. This chick's way more terrifying than that zither-playing idiot. Suddenly, Feng Lixu appeared behind her. What you staring at, little brat? She slammed a flaming punch into Yu Ying's back. Yu Ying screamed. It hurts. It hurts so much. I know I was wrong. Spare me. I really messed up. Feng Lixu grabbed her face and said coldly, Quit the act. I saw through all your tricks earlier. You're not sorry. You just realized you're about to die. As she raised her fist, brimming with power, Yu Ying trembled. I was wrong, I confess. I'll say everything. She was sweating all over. My father is Li Chanju, Grand Elder of the evil extreme sect. He forced me. He's waiting at Tianmeng Mountain, outside Shuyu City, for the living soul. Feng Lixu held her head, then struck with blazing power. Yu Ying's eyes widened as she screamed, You! You're breaking your word. You have no honor. She disintegrated under the moon, Feng Lixu said coldly, who promised not to kill you. Even if I did, so what? She descended. Hongyi said, So this is the demeanor of Yuluo Hall's senior sister. Just like the sect leader, cut from the same cloth. Feng Lixu replied, I saw Xinga in Shuyu City. She's getting cuter and more attached to Master every day. Ling Ying looked at Hongyi in shock. Feng Lixu said, So, Ling Yin, you've turned into her too. Is that it? Ling Ying froze. Then she held Feng Lixu's soft hands and said, Senior sister, I know you're still bitter about failing to slay our master, but things are truly different now. I've seen Master's true love. Feng Lixu retorted, How old are you in Xinga? How many people have you met? Do you even know what love is? Hongyi snapped. At least she understands it more than you do, senior sister Feng Lixu blinked. Ha! Ling Ying blushed. Suddenly, Hongyi was flung onto the rooftop. Grand Elder Li Chanju appeared, grabbing Hongyi. Look who it is! The little sect heir of Kangming. A perfect water attribute living soul. He grinned. Yu Ying, your death wasn't wasted.
You let me bag a big bargain. Wahaha! Ling Ying shouted. It's Elder Li Chanju. Suddenly, lightning struck from above, hitting the roof with a massive blast. Li Chanju leapt away. He muttered, Zhenwu sword sect's demon-slaying flying sword. Even the righteous Tao of the Central Plains infiltrated this deep into my eastern lands. He landed, frowning. No, something's off. The sword technique is clearly Zhenwu, but the inner sword intent carries Kangming's demonic power. This girl, is she a Yuluo Hall disciple? Feng Lixu charged in and shouted, Do you think Demon Lord Qingling's disciples are easy pickings? Li Chanju blocked with his arm guard, but she shattered it and stabbed into his arm. Grimacing, he said, You're just half-step nascent soul. How can you pierce my demon armor and wound me? This is... Feng Lixu answered sternly. That man's 9 peaks heaven-burning art. Li Qianju's eyes widened. So that's it. Of course. You're his first disciple. If that's the case, no time to hesitate. He released Hongyi, who fell gracefully to the ground. He declared, I'll extract your living souls right now and offer them to that Great One. Great Terror Black Heaven Demon Fist. Dark energy radiated from him. His eyes changed. A massive demonic fist burst forth. Feng Lixu stared in shock, sweat pouring down her face. She saw a vision and whispered, Terror. As a child, I watched my mother humiliated and murdered before my eyes. Before 11, I was tormented inside the human dew chamber. During my graduation trial, I was forced to slaughter countless righteous sect disciples. I fear all the injustice in this world. I fear that man. I fear my own weakness, a life of sin, a tool's existence. I should have died with my mother long ago. Li Qianju called out seductively, Come, do it, my dear child. Just one more strike, and it'll all be over. Feng Lixu whispered. The most divine power of the Great Terror Black Heaven Demon Fist lies in controlling the fear within the heart. As long as a trace of fear remains, it drives one toward the abyss of suicide. She raised her sword to her neck. Li Qianju said, Not everyone is as emotionless and twisted as your master. You're just a young girl. There's no way you could escape this technique. Ling Ying cried out, Sister Lixu, no! She rushed to stop her, but Feng Lixu gritted her teeth. Suddenly, Bai Qingling's voice whispered in her mind, Does it hurt? Good. This world is full of pain. Pain is one of the core forces of this world. Those who do not know pain will never understand true strength. Feel pain, reflect. Understand pain. Accept pain. Feng Lixu's eyes widened. He continued and finally, Master pain, surpass pain. This so-called fear, utter nonsense. Your pain far exceeds it. Her gaze hardened in fury. In one swift motion, she stabbed Li Qianju through the chest. He shouted, No, impossible. But in Feng Lixu's eyes, Li Qianju became Bai Qingling. Bai Qingling said, soft as a whisper, You absolutely cannot do it. Feng Lixu froze solid. She breathed, This is... And then it hit her, like a punch to the gut. It was exactly what he'd said to her back then. Feng Lixu, my senior disciple, I know you're desperate to kill me. You reckon that by slaying me, all your pain'll just disappear. He'd touched the blade she'd held to his chest. That's why. The moment you think you can kill me, that's the moment you're at your weakest. One smooth move and he'd disarmed her. A flick, and she went flying. She hit the ground hard, coughing blood cough. Did I fail this training exercise too? He stood over her, cold as ice. You still don't get your master's intentions. Someone like you will never be worthy of being my disciple. But then, he knelt beside her, touched her gently. So be it. The seed's already been planted for you. One day you'll understand. He turned away, voice cold but steady. Understand your master's true reason for letting you suffer. Present day.
Grand Elder Li Chanju screamed in agony. Blast it! How can someone like me die here? Killed by a bloody ant like you. Clutching the sword in his chest, he roared, I am Li Qianju, Grand Elder of the evil extreme sect, renowned across the eastern lands. You're not fit to kill me. Then he paused, eyes going wide. The blade in his chest began to glow. Then it burst. Feng Lixu stood there, flames roaring in her eyes. Master, Lixu has understood. Day, eh? He mumbled. Because of your existence, because of the pain you keep inflicting, I'm forever reminded that this world's cruelty, malice, and reversals are endless. She erupted in a blaze. Only when you become the eternal source of my pain can I be worthy of a power strong enough to overcome all obstacles. She raised her arms and bellowed, 9 peaks, heaven-burning art. A massive explosion lit up the night sky. Li Qianju, charred and crumbling, cried, No, this is impossible. Tantai Lingyin gasped, Senior sister. Ye Hongyi stepped back, so bloody fierce. Li Qianju collapsed into ashes. Feng Lixu, still burning, whispered, Just now, was that the seed Master planted? She smiled faintly, then crumpled. I have finally. Before she could finish, Bai Qingling appeared and caught her mid-fall. Well done, Lixu, he said gently. You've not disgraced your master. Her eyes fluttered open. Master's arrived, but why's this bloke holding me? When's he ever held me like this? Ye Hongyi ran over. Master, you're here. Feng Lixu jolted away, stumbling back. Ugh! She dropped to her knees. Master, Lixu returned to the eastern lands without your permission. Please punish me, she thought to herself. What's going on with Master? He's completely different from when I left. Normally he'd have punished me on the spot. No breathing room. Earlier he was all over Shinga. That was dead unusual too. In my memory he never sought carnal desire. Could it be this man's been possessed by another spirit? If that's the case, I should just run him through with one sword. This useless man. Bai Qingling cut through her thoughts. I held you just now as a reward for saving your junior sister and the sect leader. And now you dare try to take advantage of that moment to stage some loving master-disciple act, typical of our demonic path? He slapped her. Feng Lixu shivered. Her body tensed and twisted, violently and seductively. She grinned inwardly. He's back. That feeling's back. That man's still the same man, the cruel demon lord who treats his disciples as mere tools. But then she flinched, shocked. Clutching her cheeks, she whispered to herself, No, why am I thinking like this? It's as if, when he inflicts pain on me, my body's rejoicing at this so-called reward. Bai Qingling slapped her again. The first slap's for abandoning your post, the second for disrespecting your master. She lay on the ground, silent. Get up, he barked. I didn't give you permission to lie about while being punished. Tantai Lingyin cried out, Master, please stop hitting her. Senior sister already knows she's messed up. Please give her a chance to make amends through merit. Feng Lixu spoke coldly. Lingyin, shut your gob. She stood up. This has nothing to do with you. Lixu knows she's made a grave mistake. Please punish me harshly, Master. Bai Qingling's expression shifted. Punishment. Of course there'll be punishment, but I won't forget to congratulate you where it's due. He took off his coat and gently draped it over her shoulders. Congratulations on officially completing your training, Feng Lixu. Thank you for watching Rebirth Genesis. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you will not miss the next chapter of the journey. Your support keeps this rebirth going strong. Until next time, stay sharp and keep rising beyond your limits.